them they can still make it in time for the feature events in about an hour and a half. But right now, all eyes are on the first of our qualifying heat races, the Mid-Atlantic Marketing 602 Tour Type Modifieds. EJ in the pace car are going to gun it down the backstretch, and the first laps of the night about to get underway.
EJ getting way away from the field as Chris Hatton Jr. and Chris Hatton Sr. are going to lead us to the green flags. Junior's on the inside, Senior's on the outside. And here they come off turn number 4, waiting Tyler's green flag. There it is. We are underway with the heat racing here on Family Fun Night.
The Hatton's going to go side by side up into turn number 1. Hatton Sr. going to get the upper hand, but Hatton Jr. down on the bottom with a push from John. Going to dive down about half a car length ahead of the 06, but he's going to jump back up on the top side. Dicey 3-car race at the front of the field as they head out to complete lap number 1.
That Senior a little wide in turns 3 and 4. That gives the advantage to his son down on the bottom. Christopher Hatton Jr., the former champion of the division, away with the lead off turn number 2. He's got it all to himself now as they now battle for the runner-up spot with John Hatton, the silver car, looking to the inside.
John Hatton in the 88 down to the inside of Chris Hatton in the 06. Chris going to get the bet with John that time by, but as they go into turn number 1, he's going to reload, try to get it again. Chris Hatton Sr. back up on the top side, but now single filed out through the 5-car field.
Nice and orderly here through the first couple of laps. Closing on the halfway point of this first heat race of the day. The Sportsman starting to get lively in the pit area. That'll be the next heat race immediately following this one. Top 3 still pretty close together here, Zach, but it looks like Chris Hatton Jr. is the man in command.
Well, he's ahead by about 2 to 3 car lengths coming through turns 3 and 4, leading his dad by about the same down the first straightaway, but it's John
Trouble in turn 4.
Whoa.
Soch goes around in the 8 car. That'll bring out, well, let's see, still green for now, still green for the moment. And yellow has been called. The 8 car all by himself around off turn number 4 to bring out the first caution flag of the day. You know, Zach, last week we only saw 1 caution flag all day long.
We did. It was quite remarkable, actually. I don't think I've ever seen that in my year and a half here at the racetrack, but EJ going to gun the throttle down the back straightaway, bring the Daytona Dodge American Auto pace car back down to pit road, and the field going to go through 3 and 4. Up through the gears they go, back in through the Goss Equipment restart zone. Green flag back in the air here for the 602 Modifieds.
Good restart for the top 3 in the 88. His Achilles heel has been restarts here this season, but able to keep up with the top 2. Chris Hatton Sr. on the outside, gonna battle his son now for the top spot. Soch is sideways again off turn 2 at the back.
Hatton Sr. and Hatton Jr. wheel to wheel through 3 and 4. Here comes John Hatton making a play on the inside, but cuts back in line behind Hatton Sr., who's got the lead as they go through turns 1 and 2.
3 cars under a blanket for the lead here in this heat race. It only takes a couple to have a race, and they are making a good one up front as Chris Hatton Sr., the purple people eater, now assumes the top spot. Battles on for second. The silver bullet working down on the inside of the 10 rack.
And Hatton Sr. now checking out with a 1 to 2 car length lead over his son. 2 laps remaining here for Hatton Sr. And the gap between the top 3 and the remainder of the field growing as they come around to take the white flag for Christopher Hatton Sr.
Final lap for 602 Modified as they go into turn number 1. As Chris Hatton Sr. has taken the purple people eater, one of the top dogs in class. And boy, we might have a problem with Junior down the back straightaway as John Hatton goes around him.
John Hatton going to move up to the second spot. Hatton Jr. going to tuck back in line. It'll be Chris Hatton Sr. picking up the heat race win. John Hatton going to come in second. Christopher Hatton Jr. third. Greg Newman fourth. Brian Skosh going to come home in fifth.
Next time by, folks, will be green flag racing here once again for the Sportsman division.
2 by 2 by 2 by 1. 7 cars strong down the back straightaway. The field going to get ready to go for their heat race. See how we can qualify these cars out. Pre-invert Chase Simons in a new car on the front row alongside Sean Fitzgerald, last season's Rookie of the Year. Up through the gears, through the Goss restart zone they go. The Sportsmen going to take their first green flag of the night.
Fitzgerald doesn't go, and they scramble, but everybody's smart enough to get on the binders, not run over each other. And luckily, I was the only one stepping on toes there, Zach, as Sean Fitzgerald, who I was just going to say had such a great run a couple of weeks ago, struggles on the get-go, but it is Chase Simons and his new ride showing away.
Chase Simons dealing with the 88 of Dylan LeBeau right now. That is the battle for the lead. LeBeau going to look down to the bottom. A lot of two-car tandem breakaways here throughout the field as the 151 is Sean Fitzgerald going to pull down to pit road. Something wrong with that machine, but look at the battle for third between Donovan Ponder and Fallon Goolsby.
Goolsby in the 27 on the outside, trying to hold off the point leader, Donovan Ponder, who I believe will be starting in the back for the feature as the most recent winner. So he'll have to take his handicap to the back of the field no matter where he finishes in this heat race. But hey, he wants maximum points, won the championship last year, trying to do it again here this year. Battle for the lead beginning to heat up just a little bit as Dylan LeBeau, the second place point man, puts some pressure on.
Ponder going to pull the crossover on the 27 to get that third position away. He's now going to set his sights on the battle for the lead, making that a three-car race. It has been Chase Simons who's been the dominant force at the front of the field right now, but the 88 closing in with each passing lap. Dylan LeBeau looking to reel him in, pick up some extra points here, and grab a heat race win, but he's still a car length back from Chase Simons.
Field really starting to tighten up a little bit. Ponder working from the back of the field after that staggered start with Fitzgerald not coming up to speed. Feels like a rubber band starting to come back together now as we approach the halfway point. Or just past the halfway point with 5 complete, 3 to go.
About 2.5 laps remain for Chase Simons, who after some trouble on pit road getting that car fired up has had no issue leading the race so far. Call it a 3-car length lead over Dylan LeBeau, but Donovan Ponder in car number 8 now closing into the back end of Dylan LeBeau, making it a race for second as the laps ticking on by. 2 laps to go.
Ponder appears to have the best car, but did not have the track position with the luck of the draw, and now starting to run out of time. He may lose a point to his rival in the championship, Dylan LeBeau, if things hold serve. Ponder not able to really get off the corner very well as the white flag comes out. Chase Simons, the rookie, first time out in this new car. He told us in Victory Lane a couple of weeks ago that this one was coming, and it looks pretty quick.
And that quickness of a 5-car length lead over Dylan LeBeau going to take Chase Simons on home to pick up the heat race win as he comes to the start-finish line. Chase Simons going to pick it up. Dylan LeBeau second. Donovan Ponder in third.
A little 8-lap shootout here in Heat 1. We'll put the rest of the field out there for Heat number 2. I believe we have another 6 cars scheduled for Heat 2.
Side by side, bumper to bumper.
So 2x2x2, 6 cars here as the pace car going to go ahead and pull down to pit road. And we will get ready to go here for heat race number 1 of the StevensSmithIncorporated.com Bomber Bees up through the gears, through the restart zone to see the green flag. And green is in the air. Big push by the outside lane to put Jason Strover right into the lead, and Zach Curtis taking him 3 wide going into turn number 1.
Scover, the former man up top on the championship, I believe he was runner-up to Zach Curtis a couple of years ago. He's got the top spot, and here comes Zach Curtis trying to thread the needle there. Thinks better of it, lap 1 of the heat race. Not time to put yourself in harm's way, but Curtis, right now, he's boxed in Zach, but watch this move down the front straightaway.
There he goes down to the bottom, taking it 3 wide, getting around Randy Streel in the 24. Now fighting Larry Masters in the 77 on the outside. He'll get that position with ease. Now up to the second spot, 6 car lengths back from Jason Scrover, and that gap is closing very, very fast.
Zach Curtis might be the favorite, but he has had some struggles with that particular race car. He likes to build these things, take them to big money races, and then sell them. He's trying to work the bugs out of this one, and he's right to the back trunk of the 49 Scrover, and actually going to walk up to the outside lane and try to take the lead off turn 2.
And he's going to go up top, get that lead away from Jason Scrover, and now pull down to the inside, putting a car length gap between them as they head out of turn number 4. Sliding off of the banking, Zach Curtis going to get to the lead. 3 laps complete, 5 laps to go. The field's getting strung out just a little bit here, but a battle for the 5th position between Kenny Roth and Randy Streel now starting to unfold, and Alan Smith now falling back into that battle as well.
Zach Curtis out in front. It's going to be tough to reel him in. Of course, if he has problems, they'll be right on him. But we don't see many ailments out of the 63. Curtis away leads Grover in second. Larry Masters in third. Battle heating up for fifth is Kenny Roth on that back bumper of the Straley 24.
Kenny Roth in the 80. One of the, actually the only non-Crown Vic car in this heat race, going to dive to the inside of Randy Straley in the 24. Try to take that fifth position away. Not able to get there that lap by, but it's a door-to-door race down the front straightaway. The rest of the field single filed out just past the halfway point. 3 laps remain for Zach Curtis.
Battle is for the fifth spot at single file, and a lot of space between those cars everywhere else. Zach Curtis in dominating fashion comes to 2 to go this time. 2 to go for Curtis in the 63.
Zach Curtis back up front, a place he's been quite used to here at the new Smyrna Speedway, the champion of this division last season. Now leads down the back straightaway by almost the full back straightaway as he rolls through 3 and 4 to take the white flag, this time by 1 lap to go for Zachary Curtis.
White flag for the white 63 for now at the back of the pack. Randy Straley holding off the advances of Skinny Roth. Curtis now off to number 2 down the back straightaway for the final time.
And just as he's done so many times before here at the new Smyrna Speedway, Zach Curtis going to slide it through turns 3 and 4, dirt tracking it out of the 4th corner to bring home the heat race win. Zach Curtis going to pick it up. Jason Scroverin going to come home in the 2nd position. Larry Masters rounds out the podium. 4th goes to Alan Smith, and Randy Straley going to get that 5th position after a close battle with Kenny Roth.
Tim Nicholas in the 23 with a 56-point lead on Randy Straley, and Zach Curtis, who missed a race, 3rd, 57 out. Pretty incredible. No Dustin Ignan today. He's the 4th place point man. Then Larry Masters is 5th. No Justin Phillips, so Cheyenne Woodman trying to move up a couple of spots in the points.
It's the teammates on the front row, Nico Garano and Sean Bailey, as the pace car are going to dive down to pit road here.
So I believe what's happened, the 28 and the 100, they wanted the rear of the field, so the ghost cars, the 50 and 54, have moved up. So we're set to go green. Looks a little bit weird at the back of the field, but it's time to race, and we are underway.
Green flag in the air, side by side at the line. It was Sean Bailey who got the jump on the outside. He's currently now fighting off a challenge from Nico Garano, his teammate, getting dicey through the middle of the field between the 54 and the 24.
3 wide for 4th.
It is as they go into turn number 3. Give it to the 54, and a near miss there by Justin Spears Jr.
Nico Garano going to lead lap number 1. Here comes the point lead for the 23, Tim Nicholas. Nicholas wants the 2nd spot. A couple of the Auburndale Speedway regulars invading the high banks of New Smyrna, as Auburndale is off for the summer until they return next weekend. So these guys coming down to Moonlight here tonight on the high banks, and for now showing our drivers how to get around the place.
It is Garano currently who is the leader by about 3 to 4 car lengths down the front straightaway over his teammate Sean Bailey. And Woodman in the 100 falling well off the pace back to the 7th position. Everybody else single file down the back straightaway.
Battle still for 2nd behind Nico Garano in the 11. Nico here a couple of weeks ago, I think, knocked the wall down in practice, did not get to participate in the feature event. Good to see him up front where he is used to being, whether it be here or at some of the bull rings. Wes Railing in that 54, that's the gray machine way up high in turn number 2. One of our most recent winners in the bomber class. Struggling right now just a bit in the 4th spot, but trying to close in on the leaders as we come to the crossed flags. 4 down, 4 to go.
4 laps remaining, about halfway complete, as the field's going to come up now on the first car at the tail end of the field. We'll see if they're able to catch them before the conclusion of this race, and that'll make things a little bit interesting between Garano and Bailey, as Tim Nicholas in the 23 is now moved on up to the 3rd position.
Cheyenne Woodman, the 100 car, the top rookie, about to go a lap down here in the heat race. Whoa, the 24, Don Brayton way up high in turns 3 and 4. Had to get loose and chase it up the hill, avoids contact in the Billy Gaff 24.
And he's able to save it that time by. The field's going to go up the top side around the 100 of Cheyenne Woodman, put her a lap down, and it is all the 11 of Nico Garano, who is the man at the front with 2 laps to go. in the Bomber B's second heat race.
The point leader dives down on the inside in turn one. Just couldn't quite get it to stick there on the bottom. Sean Bailey's going to hold on to the runner-up spot for now. White flag getting ready to fly this time for Nico Garano.
Bailey and Nicholas, the battle for second. That is what all of us have our eyes on right now as Garano's checked out by 8 to 9 car lengths. Headed down the front straightaway for one final time. The battle for second. Nicholas going to dive to the inside, but blocked by Bailey coming through turns 3 and 4, or 1 and 2, excuse me, down the backstretch. One more time around for Garano.
Nico Garano looking like a standout right now to battle with Zachary Curtis for the feature win later today, because he'll take home the win here in heat number 2 for the Stephen Smith Bomber Bees. Sean Bailey second, third to Tim Nicholas, and it's Wes Railing. Justin Spears Jr. with a nice run on the 28 car. Cheyenne Woodman going to bring out the rear of the field as the driver to be named later comes home in 7th or 6th, 7th over the 24, Don Brayton. And the 51 as well. No, the 51's out there. We are missing another car, so 3. The other 14 car is not out there either. The 710 and the 14 still sitting there right next to each other in the pits there as Don Brayton brings the 26 back. But hey, Zach, you don't got to run the heat race to run the feature. You just got to start at the back of the pack.
So the pace car going to dive down to pit road. That'll move Ernie Winton in the 95 up to the provisional pole position. Going to go up through the gears. The Recon Mod Mini is going to get some heat racing action in here. Green flag in the air from Tyler, and a huge jump on the outside lane by the 73 of Ben Hoff. Going to get a big 53 car length jump heading into the first set of corners.
Ben Hoff, the leading rookie, and I want to point out just a 1-point difference between our point leaders. Mark Broughton, the 6, comes in leading. Brad Blanton, the 17, 1 point behind him as Clint Foley goes for the lead in turn 3. Keep your eye on the 17 and 6. 1 point per position in the heat races. That could matter. Here comes Blanton looking at the bottom.
Foley going up to the top side. He's going to get the lead. The closest battle right now is the one for the 4th position. It's between your 2-point leaders, Mark Brote, Brad Blanton. Blanton down to the inside. Going to get a nose down underneath of Brote. Going to tuck back in line down the back straightaway. Single file now all throughout the field. And it is Clint Foley who is the man at the point.
Foley has not run all the races this year, but he's got a couple of wins. And definitely, to me, looks like the fastest car, just from what I'm seeing in these first couple of laps, is Cody Tabor's 51 car. Does not sound all that great. Sounds like me in the morning.
So the 51 slow through turn number 1, but a 3-4-5 car length lead now between the 73 of Ben Hoff and the 95 of Ernie Whitten for the 2nd position. Brote and Blanton, however, the points lead battle side by side through the front straightaway into this first set of corners. Blanton still staying down on the inside, trying to get around the 6 of Mark Brote.
Of course, Mark Brote, if he can hold off Brad Blanton, it'll be an unofficial 2-point lead going into the feature. If Blanton gets by him, they'll be unofficially tied for the point lead. But for now, Brote's got that 6 car wound up pretty well, hanging on to the 4th spot. As Blanton looks low again in that awesome looking 17. Oh, look at this, 3 wide for a moment off turn number 2. Squeeze play down the back straightaway with your point leaders going by Ernie Winton.
Winton, Blanton, and Brote 3 wide through turn number 3. Give it to Blanton right now. He's the one who's got the lead, taking it to the 3rd position, closing the door on Mark Brote. Unofficially, that now puts a tie at the points lead. And the field going to get the 2 to go signal right now. All smooth sailing for Clint Foley in car number 14. A whole straightaway and a half advantage over Ben Hoff in the 73, who has now come under fire from that 17 car of Brad Blanton, who's looking for the 2nd position now, as Clint Foley rides off into the sunset to take the white flag.
Clint Foley is gone by a straightaway on the field, but impressive run for the rookie Ben Hoff in that 73 car. And Brad Blanton would love to get one more spot here, because Blanton would put himself in sole possession of 1st place in the points if he can get by the 73. As he goes up high, here comes Brad Blanton. Blanton looking for the runner-up spot as Clint Foley comes off turn number 4. Foley's going to win it going away. Battle for 2nd, Brad Blanton. He's going to get the spot. Ben Hoff fading. Mark Brote needs this spot here. Blanton's going to be 2nd. Hoff is 3rd. Brote, Winton, and the 27 on Randy Glick rounding out your field. I'm going to confirm with Skips while Zach gives you the lineup where to pick up your prize.
So the starting lineup for the EMOD division as they get ready to come to the green flag here in just a moment. On the front row, the 5 of Michael Say, to his outside, the 63 of Dale Howard. Row number 2 is the 12 of Dylan Sale and the 10 of Carson May. Dalton Simons in the 14 rolls off a 5th with Michael Mark in the 53 6th. Jonathan Meninga in the 16 rolls off 7th, and Max Wheeler shotgun on the field as they come to the green flag, and a big jump by Carson May and car number 10 with a great push by Michael Mark in the 53. They rush through the first set of corners. Carson May, a big jump out to the lead. He's leading by about 2 to 3 car lengths, going from 4th to the lead in just a few corners. Max Wheeler jumping up to the 3rd position after starting at the tail end of the field. The 53 of Michael Mark loose through turn number 1. It's chaos at the front of the field for the EMODs.
Carson May out in front of the race just like he is in the point standings, trying to hold off former champion, last year's champion, Michael Mark there in the 53. Again, if you won one of those tickets, please come down to the flag stands and meet the Skips representative. He will get you your gift card. The field comes by, I'll say that one more time. We'll move to the back straightaway. If you won one of the Skips giveaways, please come to the flag stand to pick up your prize. Come on down to the flag stand, pick up your prize from Skips. Carson May still the leader.
Carson May in car number 10, now a 3-car length lead over the defending series champion, Michael Mark, in the 53. Max Wheeler made it all the way from the tail end of the field up to the 3rd spot, and he continues to have a fast car and climbing Dalton Simons in the 4th position. And then half a straightaway back is the 12 of Dylan Sale, the 5 of Michael Say, the 16 of Jonathan Meninga, and the 63 of Dale Howard. Carson May is growing his lead every lap goes by.
A little bit of a dogfight here at the back of the field. One of the rookie contenders, Jonathan Meninga, works to the inside of the 5 machine 4th position. They're ahead of Dale Howard, who's struggling in that yellow 63. Or the Tomahawk, he's struggling a bit, only able to make it up to the 4th position as Carson May in control with 5 laps complete.
And some contact at the tail end of the field between Meninga in the 16 and Michael Say in the 5. The fender rubbing right there, but able to straighten things out, and it's Meninga who has the spot currently.
Whoa, look out, back straightaway, Michael Say! Whoa, Dale Howard just gets by. That could have been huge. We're going to go yellow on the back straightaway as Michael Say sits broadside under the scoreboard. Wow, Zach, that was our first hold your breath moment of the day, and Dale Howard says, I'm going to need a minute after that one.
Some early problems for Dylan Sale and the 12 team.
And a tough break for that team. Had a very successful rookie season, winning Rookie of the Year over Dalton Simons. This year's been a bit of a struggle with mechanical issues, so we are set to go back racing with what's left of the field. Michael Mark down on the bottom. Remember, Carson May choosing there, Zach. On the outside is the race leader, so they come into the Goss Equipment restart zone. Daytona Dodge American Auto pace car pulls in, and we go back underway with 3 laps to go.
Carson May getting the jump that time after a great push from Max Wheeler through turn number 1. However, it's the 53 of Michael Mark able to gain some ground on the bottom. He's now about to get swallowed up by the 98 of Max Wheeler, who's got a big run on the top side thanks to a push from Dalton Simons.
Michael Mark, 53, trying to hold them off. They're going to be 3 wide as they attack for the runner-up spot. And Carson May loves it because he pulls away the lead with less than 2 to go.
Carson May about half a straightaway lead over the 53 of Michael Mark. Now here comes Max Wheeler in the 98. Another great push from the 14 car of Dalton Simons. Whoa! Sideways goes Michael Mark into 53, coming to the white flag. 3 wide battle for second as they head into turns 1 and 2.
Close quarters racing for the runner-up position. I don't know how we didn't have a big wreck there off 4 and down into 1 even. Final time now through turn number 3. Carson May in command. Young Max Wheeler works his way up to second. Dale Howard's up the hill. Carson May wins it. Wheeler's second. Simons third. Then it's Mark Meninga. The 5 of Say, the 63 of Howard, and a wild finish for the EMODs. We'll be watching the race and watching the stopwatch and watching the action with you here. 8 laps, heat 1 of 2 for the Bushman Steel Buildings Bomber A's.
The field now going down the back straightaway. EJ getting ready to pull back into pit road. 2 heats of 6 here for the Bomber A's. And now we're going to get ready To start this one off, Larry Masters has elected the rear of the field, putting Zachariah Cartledge on the front row as they go through the restart zone. 3 wide already, green flag in the air, and look at the jump by Abramski.
Keep your eye on Preston Obremski in that Pontiac. He's been very, very fast here. He's got to be careful not to be too fast as he tries to take the nose off the 99. Good thing it's already gone. And now the 4 is gone. Obremski to the front.
Preston Abramski, of course, a regular in the SCCA, a road course racer normally, trying his hand at the ovals this year, and he's had quite an impressive rookie season at the line that time by. Everybody's good. No one clocking a lap under 24 seconds. Fastest driver on the track, however, is your leader, Preston Abramski.
We found out why Preston's not in a division like the Bomber Bees where there's no speed limit, if you will. He does not like Crown Vics.
No, he doesn't.
He likes that old Pontiac, and it looks good up front. He's got the lead for now, but here comes the point leader on the outside. The 8-8 Stephen Brown looking for the lead. Oh, I think we got one.
And it's Stephen Brown. He had a 23.947. That'll send him to the tail end of the competitive field.
Speeding penalty on the 88. He'll have to go to the back of the pack, all the way back behind the 99, all the way to the rear from race control.
That'll put Eddie Evans Jr. into the second position and move Larry Masters back into the top 3. At the line that time by, everybody good. Abramski still the fastest on track with a 24.265.
Abramski leads, and how about Eddie Evans Jr., one of the top rookies in the field, up to the second spot. Larry Masters elected the rear. I bet he wishes he started on pole because that car's looking pretty good.
Larry Masters in the 76, pulling double duty between the Bomber A's and B's here tonight. 77 in the Bomber B's, 76 in the Bomber A's. That time by Eddie Jr. He's going to break out with a 23.923. So the Eagle going to have to drop to the tail end of the field.
And again, he'll go all the way to the rear behind the 99. 99 Terra Wagenbach is the last competitive car. So Eddie will shut her down, go to the back of the laps, wind down. 40 to go for the 4. Everybody's good that time by. The top 3, subject to the breakout rule. Nobody got nabbed that time.
So it's Abramski in the 4, leading by 10 to 11 car lengths as Stephen Brown has now made his way back up to the second position in car number 88. Here comes Eddie the Eagle now trying to get back into the 3rd spot, get around Larry Masters at the line that time. Everybody's good on time. It'll be 2 laps to go for Preston Abramski.
Lap starting to wind down here for the Bomber A's. Battles for 3rd between Eddie Evans Jr. has clawed his way back into contention here with the 76 of Masters.
And Eddie Evans Jr. going to get around Masters in the 76 as Abramski's going to come around to take the white flag, and very loose gets Larry Masters in the 76. At that time by Stephen Brown in the 88, going to 23.958.
Tough break. The point leader breaks out on the final lap, and he's going to struggle to get back in contention unless they all break out in front of him. He's good to go, I believe. Preston Obremski in the 4. Looks like he's going to round the 4th corner and come home a winner if he don't break out, but he can coast from here.
And that he does. He's good as he comes across the line, but Eddie Evans Jr. in the 2nd position. He's going to break out, so that'll move Larry Masters up to the 2nd spot. I think I'm going with that one.
All right, we'll see what happens. Again, 24-second rule in effect for the top 3. If anybody breaks out, you'll hear that police siren, and we'll let you know who's going to the end of the competitive fields. We are ready to go 8 laps. Final heat race of the day. Qualifying about to be complete for all of our classes. It's been action-packed so far. I think there's been more action in the heats than we saw last week.
I think so. It's been a lot of close quarters racing, and it's just the heat races, so who knows how much more it'll pick up come feature time. The final heat race of the night for the Bushman Bomber A, getting ready to roll off. Green flag in the air. It's Mike Austin and Devin Register leading them to the green flag.
Look at Aaron Foy on the outside.
3 wide already.
On the back to 3rd in a straightaway, looking for more as he goes to the outside of the Triple X. Aaron Foy up to 3rd, but Eddie Evans not going to make that easy. Senior works the bottom of the 7 cars. Mike Austin back in the Neon. Drove the Cavalier a week ago. Did not have much success. Back behind the wheel of the Neon. He will lead lap number 1.
Mike Austin, a veteran of this division, going to lead the first lap. Everybody good on time. Aaron Foy moved from 6th up to 3rd after a bold 3-wide pass. Eddie Evans Sr. in the 3 car now closing in on the remainder of this top 3, and it's a 2-car race for 5th a little bit further back in the field.
Aaron Foy, that highlighter yellow number 7 car, or green as that car for some reason. Looking for the runner-up spot on that multicolored Triple X car.
Michael Austin good that time by a 24.168. And the Triple X Devin Register going to go way up to the top side that time around. Give Aaron Foy the second position as Eddie Evans now looking to take the third spot away. A lot of smoke coming out of the Triple X out of turn 4 there.
Struggle bus for Stephen Davila in the 2. Finally got that car back on track, but really struggling. It looks like that late model nose he put on the front of it's buckled in there in the center of the car. He struggles as he battles Dan Webb in the Saturn. Up front, it is still Mike Austin all alone in the Neon.
And Mike Austin's been the fastest car on track this whole race as well. Aaron Foy in the second position, not really able to gain any ground as we hit the stripe that time by. Everybody good, running 24 3s and 24 4s. Stephen Davila in the 2, very, very slow at the tail end of the field.
Yeah, he's struggling with that car. He took some time off to get it right. And still some massaging to do as it's looking pretty. Now they got to get it running pretty. Register sideways in 3, hangs onto it. Mike Austin still your leader.
Davila going to pull down into the garage area, ending his heat race a little bit prematurely. It is the 5 of Mike Austin who's still at the front of the field. Aaron Foy that time ran the fastest lap of the race so far, 24.130. And the battle for third between the 3 and the Triple X.
No issues with the breakout, unlike race number 1. So these drivers keeping it within the rules with 2 to go. We're getting close, though. How about a 24-2 for your leader that time? 24-1 for Aaron Foy.
Aaron Foy, the fastest car on the racetrack, waiting for his moment to strike. And we've seen this before in all the years that he's been in the Bomber races. He loves to hang out in like second or third the whole race long, and then at the very, very end, he'll jump up and take the win.
White flag is out. Here comes Aaron Foy. He's really putting the pressure on Mike Austin now. Austin in control. Foy into the second spot with a run here down the back straightaway. Remember, cannot break out, though, on that final lap.
And the gap now a car length between Foy and Austin. They're going to roll through 3 and 4. For the final time, Michael Austin clear by a car length. Foy going to try the bottom, but it's going to be Michael Austin in the 5, going to hit the line, and he is clear on timing. Aaron Foy in second. Devin Register going to be third. Eddie Evans fourth. We'll head on over here, talk to a driver moonlighting in his old series. He's moved up to the Pro Late models now, but Aaron Foy coming back out with a Bomber A here tonight.
Yeah, we're just here to play. About the Pro Late, we're learning. We're getting faster. But I've taken it to the track 5 times, and we've raced twice due to the R word. So I'm just out here to have fun and play around.
Something that we mentioned up there in the booth, Bomber A's down north, the lower entry-level class, Pro, all the way up at the top. You sort of skipped the whole middle of the ladder. What was the choice behind jumping straight up into the Pro Late models and going with the big show?
So the reason to jump all the way was if I'm going to foot a tire bill, I want to go pretty fast. And, Supers... they're like 200 extra horsepower. Still the same, more motor cost, so I can't afford that. So we went with the Pro. And, yeah, like I said, if we're going to foot the tire bill, let's just go fast.
Well, best of luck to you tonight, Aaron. We'll be looking for you back in your old series once again. Aaron Foy, of course, the champion last season in the Bomber division. See who else we can catch a word with here for just the short couple of moments that we've got before we go green. We'll head on up here to the top end of the racetrack. As he's signing autographs right now, we'll catch a word with one of our Sportsman Championship contenders here, Dylan LeBeau in car number 88. He's signing for some young fans right now. And Dylan, great to see you running the Sportsman here this year. In a close points battle, looking for the lead. Of course, Sportsman car count's been a little bit on the lower end this year, but what are your thoughts driving here, looking for potentially a championship toward the end of the season?
Yeah, the car counts have been a little bit lower, but they're all really good cars. We're all really close in speed, so we just have to keep working at it. I know the 8's really fast, and he's got a pretty good little gap on us for points, but we'll just keep going at it every weekend and try to get this thing better and better.
Well, it's fantastic to see you running out here again in the 88 machine, so best of luck to you. And look forward to catching a word with some of the other drivers here. We've got a little bit more time before we get started with opening ceremonies here in a moment. We will grab a word. Of course, the driver who is well known throughout this racetrack, a former champion of his division. It's Jason Scrover in car number 49 in the Bomber division. And Jason, you've former track champion, a little bit of a competitive year last year with the 63 kind of coming in and winning everything, but you're back this season close to the front of the points fight. What is your goal through the end of the year as we're looking forward toward the back end of the season?
Yeah, we plan to come and run the rest of the year. Unfortunately, we've had some very bad luck this year with chins, so it's put us behind the 8-ball, and unfortunately, that's why we haven't been out here all year.
Well, it's great to see you back here again in the 49. Of course, the Bomber B is one of the largest car counts we've got tonight, usually for most of the season as well. And what's it going to take for you to get the 49 team back potentially next season into contending for yet another track championship?
If my crew chief can still move next year, we plan on, we do enjoy ourselves here, obviously. Tough, but we so as we call it. So we're trying. The car feels good.
Jason, best of luck to you, friend, here tonight. Jason Scrover, 2024 champion of the Bomber B division. And we'll see what else we've got time to talk to here as we walk on upwards. And, of course, we've got the Hattons up here at the front. Yeah, I got it. I got you. Catch a word here a bit with Christopher Hatton Jr., driver of the 09, the point leader for the 602 Modifieds. And, Chris, a real close battle there with your dad for that heat race win. And a little bit toward the end, we saw you fade back, but hoping everything's out of the car gremlin-wise and are ready to go racing and fight for a win.
Yeah, hopefully you found a loose bolt. But I thought I saw white checkered, so I messed up there. But my fault. But Dad's got a fast car tonight. There's some other fast guys, so we'll see what we got.
It's always a fantastic battle between you and your dad in the 602 Tour Modifieds, looking for yet another championship here in this division. And the 602 Modifieds, of course, one of the more fun classes that we see out here. Of course, they typically run up north, but World Series, we saw 25 of them out here, and great to see you guys keeping this series alive down here.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you guys having us.
Well, best of luck to you tonight, and looking for yet another battle between Christopher Hatton Sr. and Jr. for the feature event here as we continue on further down the line. We'll grab a word with a couple of other drivers before we finish out our interviews and get ready for opening ceremonies. And we'll head on over here for a minute, talk to the driver, a rookie driver in the Bomber B divisions of car 100. It is Cheyenne Woodman. A fantastic rookie season for the driver of car number 100. It's your rookie year. You're still learning here, but obviously a great jump up to the Bomber B division, running some great lap times. What have you learned so far with your rookie season?
I've learned to, go fast and, yeah. And, the lines on the track and stuff.
A fantastic season for you so far. Is there anyone you want to thank for helping you get this car out to the racetrack each and every week?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Sauceman Plumbing, Four Towns Moose, DeLand Moose Lodge, Sound Solution, Knuckle Sandwich, Mike's Discount Tires. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Well, best of luck to you here tonight. A fantastic rookie season so far in the works, and we'll wrap on up here in just a minute as we get ready to finish up the opening ceremonies portion of the program. Once again, feature racing set to begin around 7:30. So here in just a couple moments, we will get ready to go with the opening ceremonies portion of tonight's program. In just a minute, we'll grab a couple other interviews here and fill out the rest of this time as we get ready to roll for the July edition of Family Fun Night. And boy, was it a sizzler earlier today. Very, very hot. We moved practice to 5 p.m. to sort of accommodate for that just a little bit and get things going in the direction of a shorter race day, especially with how hot it is here in the summertime. As we'll head on down here, grab a couple other interviews, and I'm standing now walking over to Carson May, the current E-Mod points leader, driver of car number 10. And Carson, a fantastic breakout season you've had so far. Of course, last year, still learning a little bit on the curve, but this year, this 10 car has been fantastic. What has been the shift for you between last season and this and getting this car in as competitive shape as it has been?
I think it's just seat time. I've had a lot more practice this year than last year, and last year I skipped a race, so I really put me out for points, but this year I'm in it to win it. I have skipped prom, and I'm here to win the championship.
We were looking a little bit there, and I was doing some research. I didn't realize you had some land speed records in your sort of records. Talk me through a little bit of that and that sort of side of your career that you also work on.
Oh, yes. I'm actually leaving this Wednesday to go to the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah, and I'm hoping to go over 260 miles per hour. The funny thing is, I actually never really wanted to do this type of racing, but practicing for Bonneville got me really interested in this, and I was in my dad's car, and now I have two dreams.
That's the best way to do it, Carson. Best of luck to you, Chase. Championship and many land speed records. That is Carson May, of course, son of the New Smyrna Speedway track legend Brad May, who's been lighting it up in the late model divisions for numbers and numbers of years. And we'll head on further down here, talk to a couple other drivers before we get ready to start here. And currently I'm standing at the car of Preston Abremski, driver of the number 4 Bomber A, one of the hottest rookies in this division. Of course, Preston began the season coming right off the heels of a win. And Preston, a fantastic first season for you you've had so far and looking to keep it going.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I can't thank Alex Bernard, the Hand in Hand, for giving me such a great car and all my sponsors that helped me out, man. It just wasn't supposed to be out here today, but I was able to come out and make the race, so be a good time.
So your background, of course, more on the road course side of things with the SCCA, a couple other things. What piqued your interest into getting a bomber car and running out here on the high-banked ovals?
Well, I've always been out here since I was a kid, probably about 5 years old, with my dad watching all this, so I liked it. And my best friend, Mikey DeRico, he was racing out here for a while, and I came around it with him, and then he got to do his own job stuff, and I had personal stuff. Then we built a car together, and then now we're out here having some fun. He's going to come out and race with me soon, but we'll see. I don't know. He likes to hide.
Well, it's been a fantastic rookie season for you, Preston. Best of luck, my friend. Looking to continue on with that season. We're catching up now to a driver who had a fantastic rookie season, looking to build on it again. It's Dylan Sale, driver of car number 12 in the E-Mod division. Dylan, fantastic Rookie of the Year season for you last year. Coming into year 2, what are some things that you've really started to look at a little bit differently as far as driving the track goes and lessons you've learned from your rookie season?
The bad luck bug gets everybody. We've had nothing but bad luck this season, it feels like. But, no, it's good. The iRacing's helped out a lot with the scans of the track. But learning the line, I think that's been my biggest improvement. Makes us more competitive, and we're able to get a couple decent finishes when the car runs right.
Well, a fantastic rookie season by you, like we said, coming into year 2. Still looking for a first career win, but with the talent you've had, it'll be no shock to any of us if it comes here anytime soon. And Dylan, looking at the E-Mods, is there any sort of desire for you to move up into any of the other modified classes, or are you happy with where you're at with the E-Mod division?
I do like the E-Mod division. Right now we're getting more car count than the big mods, so hopefully some more people convert and come over, run some E-Mods over here. I think a couple races ago we had like 13 cars, which was fantastic. So I'm kind of comfortable where I am now. I like the competition. It is fierce, and it's a good time. We just come out here and have fun, and that's what we're doing.
Well, Dylan, best of luck to you here tonight. Dylan Sale, driver of the number 12 E-Mod, as he gets ready to race for the E-Mods here tonight. Again, that is the second tier modified division. We've got the big mods, the JNC Great All Florida modifieds, which we saw just last weekend. We've got the E-Mods, which are the crate motor with the same chassis as the Florida modifieds, and then the 602 Tour type modifieds, which are the type that you commonly see up there in the northeastern United States. But we've got a good group of them out here tonight, and that is a series that is well kept alive down here at New Smyrna, especially with the World Series this year. Saw a large group of cars here for that one. Catch a word with a couple other drivers here before we get ready to go. in just a minute here. We will turn them loose and get ready to go. There we go. We'll head further on up to the front of the field now, and we'll find the other of the Hattons. We'll find Christopher Hatton Sr. We talked to his son a little bit ago. A great battle there between you and your son. That's one of the big things I love about the 602s is sort of the family battle that we've got here. But love the new additions to the car you've got there on the side, and always a fan of the purple, of course. But what is it going to take now that you've held him off in the heat race? Do you think you can hold him off in the feature?
Yeah, I do think I'm going to take him tonight.
Of course, one of my favorite paint schemes as well. As a Corvette fan, you and I have shared that a lot. You've mentioned the Corvettes that you've owned over the years. What has been your favorite Corvette that you've personally owned?
I have a 74 Stingray.
It's a good one. My grandfather had a 71 Stingray, so that's one that I've been a fan of. Chris, best of luck to you tonight. Hope you can take a win over your son. And that is, of course, the Hatton family that keep the 602 modifieds. Of course, one of the main classes that we've got here at the new Smyrna Speedway. We'll go ahead and talk to Zachariah Cartledge here, driver of the 16 in the Bomber Bees, back here once again behind the wheel. Of course, you announced down at the Citrus County Speedway, but this car has had some good front runs. Of course, Stephen Davila, when he was subbing in for you, picked up a runner-up. Running great last week till you had the tire issue. Do you think you can bring it home this week and pick out a top 3 or even a podium?
Yeah, that's the thing. We really got to push this car, and when I'm pushing it, I'm still new, so I'm just scraping that right front. So we have an extra tire. I may swap that out before the race, but I've been really trying to push more and more every single race. I mean, you saw it. First 2 races, I was very laid back. I pushed a lot last race, pushed too hard, so I'm going to try to find that sweet spot during the race. But honestly, it's also just a factor of building up this car, because you see the 4-car of Preston. He is just way faster than me in the straights. So we'll keep working every race. I think we can get a podium tonight, and that's our goal.
Of course, with your announcing schedule at Citrus County, times you can come back here and get behind the wheel, a little bit few and far between, but any other chances we see you out here through the rest of the year?
Yeah, we'll be here in the 2nd race of August, and I think a few more times throughout the year, but even when I'm not here, we'll see somebody else in here. I think Caleb Jones is going to be back for his debut. He was going to have a debut, but of course that rained out, so hopefully it does not rain out next time, but either way, you'll see the 16 every week.
Well, best of luck to you tonight, getting that first podium, looking for that first career top 3. It looks like we are about ready to get things started, so we will turn the microphone back on over to Ryan Stevens to get ready for tonight's racing action.
New sponsor, really great guy, does real good building work, got a couple in my backyard. He came up to me and made a little wager in a little grudge match with my son in that number 11 red Bomber that if he beats me, he's going to get an extra $20. So I accept that challenge. I just want to know if Eddie the Eagle will accept that $20 challenge.
Well, let's see. If we get a yeah? I think he's going to accept. Let's see. He ain't listening to Dad. No surprise.
You going to accept that $20 challenge? He accepted.
He accepted. All right.
He accepted. Now we got to see who builds the better car, me or him.
All right. Well, there you go. Grudge match between father and son coming up in the Bomber A's. We have Pat Gagnon to sing tonight's national anthem. Pat?
O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you very much, Pat. New Smyrna Speedway, let me hear you. Are you ready for the main events?
The next Family Fun Night is in just a couple of weeks. We have the off weekend next week and then circle right back around into the August edition of Family Fun Night.
And just like that, we are ready to get our first feature green. A handful of 602s that remain from the big pool that started the season. It's been a rough and tumble year for these guys. Let's see if they can get it straight here tonight. John Hatton and Chris Hatton Sr. bring us to green out of the Goss start box, and we're underway.
John Hatton, who has the lead at the line, but going into turn number 1, he's going to advance that lead by about a car length. Chris Hatton Jr. stuck behind Brian Skosh in the 8, now working his way around Greg Newman in the 39. But John Hatton in the 88, a fantastic jump to the lead through the final set of corners to lead lap number 1.
Hatton the leader, and boy, a big moment here down the front straightaway as Chris Hatton Jr. almost got crossed up with Greg Newman. They get it sorted out, and just like the heat, the fast three right up to the 1, 2, 3 positions. We'll see if Chris Hatton Jr. can come from the back of the field. This looks like just a couple of weeks ago when John Hatton got that big lead. He does not want to see a restart, though.
John Hatton in car number 88, the U.S. Army Silver Bullet at the front of the field by almost a whole turn's length ahead of Christopher Hatton Sr. Jr. in tow. Behind him, Greg Newman fourth, Brian Skoch fifth, nose to tail as they head through turns 3 and 4. John Hatton dominant so far, 3 laps complete, 22 laps to go.
We heard that father and son gauntlet put down the Bushman Bomber A's. Now we got father versus son for the runner-up spot in the 602 modified. Right now, Chris Hatton Sr. has got a feature win of the season, trying to hold off his son, our most recent winner, Chris Hatton Jr., for that second position. Meanwhile, it's all behind the 88 of John Hatton, continues to lead.
John Hatton in car 88 is the point man right now, but the father and son duo behind starting to close the gap between each other. Hatton Jr. now just a handful of car lengths back from Hatton Sr. and closing. We know that 09 is fast. He's the points leader. He has several wins in this class in his career. He'll be up at the front in no time. And right now, it is John Hatton showing the way over the other two Hattons.
A reminder, still plenty of time to get in on the 50-50 raffle tonight. I see the young ladies walking through one more time, so get your 50-50 tickets. As we come to lap number 6, the 06, starting to close in on John Hatton for the top spot.
6 laps complete, a little under 20 laps to go, and that top 3 still showing the way, each about equally distant from each other, but it's the 88 of John Hatton who is clear at the front of the field by 5 car lengths over Chris Hatton Sr., who is starting to close that gap just a little bit. Way off the pace at the tail end of the field right now is the 8 of Brian Skoch, slowed down heavily on the back straightaway, could have a problem.
Senior closing in now on John Hatton, the 88. That lead now down to just a couple of car lengths as they come off turn number 4 to be lap 8 complete this time.
And lap 8 in the books, and there it is again, Ryan, that 8, Brian Skoch, very slow on the back straightaway. Looks like he may pull in to pit road this time by.
Another quick announcement. We need everybody to stay away from the fence during the race, please. Please stay away from the fence during the race as the battle for the lead begins to heat up. Chris Hatton Sr. in the purple people leader, all over the silver bullet, out for the lead. John Hatton's car starting to go away. Battle for the lead down the back.
Here comes Hatton Sr. He's going to look to the bottom after bumper tag with the 88, but John's going to move down to block Chris Sr. He's going to hold the lead as they come to clock in lap number 10. The gap less than a couple of feet between the two Hattons. Chris Sr. going to go down to the bottom once again. Chris Jr. just sitting back watching it all happen at his front windshield.
Boy, Senior got right to that back bumper, could not boot him out of the way. He now has to reset. He might have to go to skips and get some new boots after that one.
And that gap now a little bit further than it was that last lap around, but it's still John Hatton at the front of the field. The 06 still trying to close in on the bottom. That gap, however, about a car length now, but it is the 06 faster in the corners, but the 88 has the straightaway speed and way up high that time in turn 4, but the 88 is John Hatton.
Boy, too close to call. Scoring says 88 led that lap, but that might be the last one. New leader off to number 2. It's Chris Hatton Sr., and here comes Junior in the 09. It's going to be a good race here in the second half as we are halfway through this one. Cross flags this time by for Chris Hatton Sr.
And it was just that little bit of going too high in the corner that let the 88 go up to the top side, get the 06 through, and now the 09 closes in on him. He's now up to the back bumper on the back straightaway. It is the 09, Chris Hatton Jr., trying to get the second spot away from John Hatton, who once again is going to go way up top side in turn number 4 and give the position to Chris Hatton Jr.
We'll see if Junior can come from the rear of the field, pick up his second win here in 2 weeks. The 09 is by the 88. Boy, that car just really wants to fade late in the going. Last week it was a restart that put him behind the 8 ball. Tonight the car just fading with the handling here late into this run, inside of 10 laps to go.
And it is Christopher Hatton Sr. showing the way to turn at number 2, but his son Christopher Jr. has gotten around John Hatton. and that gap is now 3 to 4 car lengths as they enter turn at number 3. Back at the tail end of the field in the 4th position is Greg Newman in the 39. Later, Brian Scotia's pulled off of the racetrack. His day is concluded. 9 laps to go for the driver of car number 06.
With that lead really beginning to stabilize up front, Chris Hatton Sr.'s got that purple car all tuned up right where it needs to be. When that car first debuted a few years ago, it was not very good. I believe the Torontos and the Hattons have really wrenched on that thing to get it very competitive here. And Sr. will look for another win here on the 2026 racing season. This time by will be 18 laps complete for the 06 machine.
And Hatton Sr. and Jr. right now running nearly identical lap times. The last time around, they both ran 19.9s, but that time, Hatton Jr. is about 0.2 of a second faster by about, it was 19.9 to 19.7. So we could potentially see the 09 start to close the gap here just a little bit, but about equal space between the 06, the 09, and the 88.
This time by will be 5 laps to go, and Greg Newman's 39, just hoping that some of these guys get to racing with each other because he could maybe sneak up there and get up on the podium. For now, he holds down the final car on the lead lap. 5 laps to go for the 06 Chris Hatton Sr.
Chris Hatton Sr. getting shown that 5 to go signal, continuing to grow that lead over his son Chris Jr. Strung out all the way now down the back straightaway. Single filed out, and it is Chris Hatton Sr. looking to add yet another win to his season.
Laps continue to click away. I don't know, Zach Jr. is getting a little bit closer, but I don't know if he's got enough time to get there.
He's got about 4 laps to get around and make that pass, and we saw last year that 3-wide finish side by side that got Christopher Hatton Jr. barely the win over his dad. We know they're competitive. And right now that is continuing as we get to 3 laps to go for Christopher Hatton Sr.
Junior in the Generac powered 09 closing in on the Purple People Eater. And now just 2 laps remain. That's 1 mile left in this 602 race. Junior starting to run out of time out of the back of the field, up to second. Can he catch his father with a lap and a half to go?
Well, we'll see. They're going to get the white flag this next time by, and the 09 has turned the jets on these last couple laps. That gap now a little bit under a second as Hatton Sr. takes the white flag. They roll through 1 and 2 for the final time, and the gap still about 3 car lengths. Hatton Sr. down the back straightaway. 1 final set of corners for Christopher Hatton Sr.
Junior with 1 final charge through turns 3 and 4, going to come up just a bit short. Chris Hatton Sr. takes the win. Chris Hatton Jr. second. Third will go to John Hatton in the 88. And Greg Newman in the 39 will round out your field clean and green for the 602s tonight, which is what they needed to help put this division back together a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a big round of applause as he climbs out of the car. Your race winner, driver of the number 06, Christopher Hatton Sr. And Chris, you were able to get around the 88 there about halfway through the race. I saw the 09 closing, but you held him off there, picked up another win, able to hold your son at bay the last couple laps, got another win on the season.
I just wasn't looking back.
The 88 able to get up to the top side. You pulled the crossover at just the right time, got the win. Anybody you want to thank for helping you get this win, getting the crew out here tonight?
Yeah, Christopher, John, Charlie, Jason, the whole crew. Everybody is a team player.
Well, congratulations, Chris. A fantastic win to continue on this fantastic career by Christopher Hatton Sr. We'll turn it on over to Ryan to talk to Chris Jr., who came home in the second position.
All right, we're going to sneak on over here and grab a word with Chris Hatton Jr. Chris, we can get you to the front of the car here so everybody can see you. You got to show off that wonderful fire suit after all. Good charge from you from the back of the field. I'm sure you wish you didn't have to start last, but that's what you get for winning. But good drive for you nonetheless.
Yeah, I'll take the challenge. It helps learn the car more, honestly, so it's good running with the pack. But I don't know if we had anything for him. He's fast. I know what he's got in there. John was getting there. I think he just switched him to 10, so he was getting tight at the end, I could tell. So I knew it was a matter of time. He was just getting tight and tight and tight. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, you guys have been working and tuning on these things, and hey, that car was not the fastest thing here for quite a while, but with all the wrenching that you guys do to work on these cars, you've gotten them very, very competitive.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It'd be all like go-karts, you know? Someone will have the fast one night and someone else the next.
It's like who gets the best go-kart, and it was never me when we got to go go-karting, so I understand.
Yeah. They always got new tires, though, so no complaining.
Well, hey, no complaints and a good run and good start to the day.
Thanks, Ryan.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Hatton Jr. brings it home with a solid runner-up finish today, and he won't have to start last next time. We'll turn it back over to Zach to hear from our third-place finisher.
John Hatton had a fantastic start to the race, led the first 12 to 13 laps, a little bit of trouble in turn 4, and from there on out, able to bring it home with a top 3 finish, finishing on the podium. A great race for you. What was the deal there in turn number 4 when you got a little bit up high?
The car just started getting tighter and tighter throughout the race, so just kind of had to make do.
Anybody you want to thank for helping you get this car together tonight, getting you out to the race?
Absolutely. My cousin, Christopher, he came over the other day, and he pretty much did the majority of the work. And, of course, Charlie, my spotter, everybody, my wife, father-in-law's here, my dad, anybody that came out.
Well, getting further and further into the season, this car has been on fire. You're getting it up there. What is it going to take to get that extra little push to get the first win of the season?
A lot of laps on those 10 years.
Congratulations on the podium finish. That was John Hatton bringing it home with the 3rd position. We will send it back on up topside to Ryan and get ready to roll with the Sportsman's 25 for the Sportsman 25-lap feature in just a moment.
Got to watch those dead zones there, Zach. And Donovan Ponder brings up the rear of the field, not because he did anything wrong or had a bad heat race, because he's the most recent winner. If you win a regular season race here, the next regular race, you go to the rear of the field and give your competition at least a sense they've got a chance. Let's see if they do here. 25 laps for the Sportsman as the Daytona Dodge American Auto pace car gets ready to peel into the safety of the pit area.
Down to pit road they go, and these Sportsmen going to go up through the Goss equipment restart zone, up through the gears, cylinders firing, the green flag in the air, and it's a hard charge at the line by the outside lane, led by the 66 of Chase Simons.
Simons on the outside. He's got the nose in the wind, and he's gone off turn number 2. He'll lead as he rockets down the back straightaway. He's up by 3 car lengths down to turn 3.
3-car gaggle right now for that 3rd position between Fitzgerald, Nichols, and the 27 of Fallon Goolsby. That able to settle out now, giving Nichols the 3rd position. Donovan Ponder already up 1 position and looking to continue his climb as he sets his sights on getting around Goolsby in the 27.
Watching Fitzgerald in the 151. They've got that axle fixed, and he is all over the back of the 66 of Nichols. As Ponder works to the inside of Fallon Goolsby, who makes his Sportsman debut here tonight. He's got the defending track champion working his inside down into turn 1.
And Simon's already racing about 5 car lengths ahead of the 88 of LeBeau. Right now, the closest battle on track is that one between Goolsby and Ponder for the 5th position. But Sean Fitzgerald getting a nose on the inside of Andy Nichols in the 66. He wants the final spot on the podium.
Nichols giving Fitzgerald a fit right now, if you will, for that final spot up on the podium. I think Fitzgerald's got a little bit faster race car, but he's got nowhere to go with it. Very tight when you're in line like this to get that air on the nose, get that thing to rotate through the corners. But just making for some great racing. And look at Goolsby doing the same thing to Ponder. You saw the dirty air he threw up on the nose there.
That is the 66 and the 88, both out front by a gap, but behind them getting very, very dicey, especially between Nichols and Fitzgerald, coming on to 5 laps complete. Fitzgerald goes in his nose in there. Around goes the 151 and the 66 of Nichols. Into the wall they go. Caution is out.
Well, that had been brewing for about 4 or 5 laps as those drivers have been right up under each other. And Fitzgerald may be a little impatient, but he knew he needed to get going. These laps wind down in a hurry, and track position very, very important. And now he'll give up his track position and bring it pit side as they'll have to take a look over the 151 car.
We'll see if that wall contact did anything to the Nichols machine. LeBeau and Simons once again to fight for the lead as they get to the restart. So EJ going to pull the Daytona Dodge American Auto pace car back down to pit road, and we are ready to get back racing.
Field ready to come into the Goss Equipment restart zone. Just a reminder, we need everybody back away from the fence, especially on these restarts as the field comes out of turn number 4. We are back underway.
And what a jump by the 88 of LeBeau. He was able to use that inside lane to his advantage.
Look out!
And
Simon's got a
around goes
problem.
Simons.
I wonder, it looked like he had a tire go down the way. That thing did not go, and then it snapped around. He did a really good job to woe it up before major contact. Tough break for Simons, who's probably going to have to give up the lead here. We did not get a lap in, so we'll go back to the last restart order before the choose. And then we'll re-choose for the restart. But Simons, with an apparent flat tire or some kind of mishap as he goes around in turn 1.
And we'll see what the deal is with the 66 here in just a minute. Looks like, thankfully, he was able to really keep it off the wall as best as he could. So not a lot of damage to the 66 machine, but
How many times have we seen a car go into turn 1 backwards and it never come back?
I know.
So he's lucky to get it woed down. Got the report, right rear tire was down.
Kind of confused as to why the 8 is pulling down to pit road now. And
Something big must have happened here under that caution period. And he's climbing out over there. You may not be able to see it, but Ponder is out of his car in the infield of the Speedway. And that is our point leader. And the second place point man up to the lead right now. Now, not a whole lot of cars, so that will help the bleeding a little bit, but bleeding nonetheless at the top of the point standings. We will keep our eye on this development as Ponder is out of the car and in no hurry.
So Ponder in the 8.
Oh, and he's not happy. He just threw the helmet. Yikes.
There's something positively broken there for car number 8, your points leader, Donovan Ponder, your defending champion. Picked up the championship last season. So Dylan LeBeau in the 88 going to inherit the lead with Simons headed to the back of the field after the caution. And we are headed to the choose zone.
And Zach, that means it is wide open tonight. Somebody who doesn't normally get a shot at victory lane going to end up there. We'll see how it all plays out. Choose zone opening up this time. Dylan LeBeau now the control car. And that Dakota Manning's number 88 as he goes to the oh, Goolsby got the cone. He didn't listen. Goolsby to the rear for running over the choose box.
And that'll send Fallon Goolsby to the rear of the field. What could have been a fantastic chance for him to get the lead on this restart. And he will now be at the tail end of the longest line.
He'll go back behind the 66 on the inside. Wow, and if he doesn't get there, if he doesn't listen to race control, they will have to take it away in post. So Fallon Goolsby, who hasn't been here in that 27, you still got to know the rules when you show up to a racetrack. And they went over it all in the drivers' meeting, and they missed it. I know it's hard to see out there, but that's why you got spotters. Tough break for the 27. Does not heed the call to the back of the field. This is going to cost him. Green is out as they come into the Goss restart zone.
So that'll be a fantastic jump to the lead by Dylan LeBeau. 27 still in the middle of the pack. Sean Fitzgerald in the 151 holding down second. And the 66 of Simons flying out of turn number 2.
I think Simons has got to be thinking, I'm right back in this thing with Ponder's car being out. And as we get this lap complete, that will put Donovan Ponder unofficially in the last position pending tech. And we'll see how everything shapes out with the race. But Dylan LeBeau, second place point man, in command in that beautiful 88 car.
Goolsby in the 27, going to be scored in the last position. Failure to heed that penalty given by race control, but it looks like now Nichols in the 66 and Simons also in the 66. Going to get around him here in just a moment.
27 car going to be scored to the rear of the field for the restart violation.
And right now it is Dylan LeBeau who is the man leading this one by about 3 car lengths over last season's Rookie of the Year, Sean Fitzgerald. 7 laps in the books here. Quite a while left to go. And look at this battle between the 66s, between Simons and Nichols.
Almost got together. Nichols got a little bit loose there on the center of the corner. And Chase Simons, despite that rear tire going down, probably does not have the balance that he wants. And you know these teams, Zach, they look over the tires, they measure everything, try to get that perfect setup. And when you got to throw a spare on in the middle of the race, it usually feels a little bit different than it did before.
He's able to get around Nichols for the fourth or third position,
third spot,
I suppose, with the 27 not being scored. So Chase Simons, and look at the team car, the 86, Dylan Williams, slow in turn number 3.
Williams going to bring it in. I believe that car is for sale if anybody wants a good Sportsman. So down to 5. with now 15 laps to go this time by for Dylan LeBeau, looking to get that Sportsman win. Former E-Mod champion and pro truck driver, now focusing this year on the Sportsman. Ran a season in the Pro Late Models a couple of years ago. And this team, the Rick Harris Racing team, they've been knocking on the door. Tonight is a perfect opportunity for a team like them to go to victory lane. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. A long way to go with 11 complete.
Some sparks from the bottom of the 151. Sean Fitzgerald that time through turns 3 and 4 again in turn 1. Something dragging along the bottom of car number 151 as the gap between himself and the 88 for the lead growing to a few extra car lengths. Chase Simons still sitting back in the 3rd position. Of course, the 27 scored in the last position.
151, Sean Fitzgerald had a really good run. His best complete race a couple of weeks ago. Heat race, broken axle on the green flag. They put it back together, and he's starting to reel in your leader just a little bit, despite the sparks. LeBeau leads to halfway.
Dylan LeBeau halfway left to go. Sean Fitzgerald in 2nd, waiting to pounce if anything were to happen. Chase Simons in 3rd, Andy Nichols in the 66. Fallen off the pace a little bit, but still in the 4th position. He's now about a turn length behind the remainder of the field.
Looks to me like the 151 is struggling a bit on corner exit. He's able to reel in LeBeau a little bit. Watch him here in turn number 2. As they come up off the corner, car just drifts up a little bit. It looks like a tight handling race car to me. LeBeau is still in command by about 5 car lengths. Fitzgerald has the speed. We'll see if the setup comes to him over the final 10 laps.
So right now, Ryan, looking at the lap times, Chase Simons is the fastest by 0.3 of a second over the remainder of the field. But he's currently stuck behind that 27, who once again is not being scored.
If we get another restart, Simons is going to be right in the mix, but I don't know that on pure speed he is the fastest, but it's so close amongst the top 3 right now, and he may not have enough time to pick his way through the pack. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen as LeBeau's lead continues to be pretty big over the 151. Fitzgerald falling into the clutches of the 27, but if his spotters are letting him know, if they're paying attention, 27 under penalty for that restart violation is scored last car on the lead lap.
And the 151 starting to close that gap again just a little bit, hoping the 27 doesn't take too much arrow off of him. Again, they want to avoid any confrontation with that 27 as much as possible because to them, at this point, he's kind of just viewed as a lapped car.
It's a ghost car, if you will. He's there, but it's not for position, and I honestly don't know that they know that if they're not monitoring race control, which is responsibility of the driver and team. They're not running for points. I think they're just here for bragging rights. It's a good little race car, and it's a good driver. They just had that little rules infraction. It's taken away from a potential podium finish here, and I think the 27's got what it takes for 2nd spot here, but unfortunately it won't count as we have 18 laps complete. Dylan LeBeau says, you know what, you all fight behind me and let me go.
LeBeau in the lead now by almost a full second. Sean Fitzgerald in the 2nd position. Running laps actually a 1/10 of a second faster that last time by as Fitzgerald in the 151 still trying to fight off the broken axle from earlier. They were able to repair it, and he was fast a little bit earlier. I think he's just waiting to regroup, but he's starting to run out of time.
This time by, it'll be just 5 laps to go, and Fitzgerald's keeping him honest there, Zach. He's closed in a little bit. Of course, now you got to be wondering about the handling of the 88. The good in the tires starting to go away. Those Hoosier rubbers getting nice and hot. Will the handle be there for the final 4.5 laps? Boy, that 151, if he could get off turn 2, this might be a different race.
Well, that last time by, they ran a dead even lap, a 20.349, so very, very close at the front end of the field. We'll see what the lap time is this time by, and Fitzgerald a 1/10 of a second faster. But he's only got 4 laps to try to close the gap as the 66 of Simons way loose out of turn number 2.
Yeah, I don't think he likes that new right rear sneaker. It's not giving him much to lean on back there. At the line this time, 3 laps away for Dylan LeBeau. Don't think he's got a Sportsman win to his credit yet. He's been trying for a long, long time. Tonight could be first-time win for LeBeau. Could be a first-time win for Fitzgerald or even Simons if things get interesting here. Fitzgerald closing the gap as they come to 2 to go.
Well, that time by as they come to 2 to go. The gap was over a second a lap ago. Now just 0.4, and Fitzgerald 2.5 tenths faster than LeBeau. That 151 is flying right now, Ryan.
Remember,
but the question is, does he have enough time?
That car involved in the incident earlier in the race. You got to wonder if that didn't happen, what the story would be. But here we are at the final lap. 1 to go for Dylan LeBeau.
LeBeau in the 88 starting to set sail once again down the back straightaway. Fitzgerald's going to have one more set of corners to try to get around him. He'll send the nose deep into turn 3. Sparks out of the back of the car, but it's going to be Dylan LeBeau picking up his first career Sportsman win.
For Fitzgerald, a career best, and Chase Simons rounds out the top 3. Then Sandy Nichols and Fallon Goolsby, your top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes your winner, Dylan LeBeau, as he gets it done on the Sportsman today. Boy, the door got opened wide for all these drivers to take advantage, and it's Dylan LeBeau, the former EMOD champion, who comes home the winner tonight. We'll get Dylan over here to the front of the car. George Spears over to give him congratulations. A lot of congratulations from the crew here, and Dylan LeBeau, you guys have been trying with these Sportsman cars and really heading in the right direction so far this year. And finally, you guys end up the winner. Congratulations.
Yeah, we've been working so hard. I'm trying not to get choked up. I feel like it's been so long since I've been here, but this is awesome. I really got to thank that guy right there, Rick Harris. He took a chance with me. And, man, we've just been working our butts off. How long has it been? 3 years? 2 years? Too long. It's been too long. This was well overdue, but I really got to thank a lot of the sponsors, too. Dakota Madden came on board this year, and it's been awesome having them along. They're super cool people. I love having them around. Air Max, Rick and Carrie, of course, Daytona Beach Golf Club, Hers Chips. This has been – past couple years have really sucked, so to finally get it going in the right direction, it's awesome.
You guys have had so much success with the E-Mods. You took on the different challenge, did some Pro Late racing, and then got behind the wheel of this Sportsman. And to see the way that this team has fought so hard, and this Sportsman division is not easy, as you know. To get that win, you finally got that monkey off the back, and now that's going to open the floodgates, isn't it?
Yeah, let's win some more. And I got to thank Gracie, my girlfriend. We thought she was the bad luck. We almost had to get rid of her.
Oh, no, don't say that. We'll cut that out of the video. I think that's your good luck charm now.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe it's the boot. She broke her foot last race, so.
There you go. Well, I'd say break a leg, but it's already happened. Dylan, congratulations.
Thank you. And thank you to New Smyrna Speedway and all these fans for coming out. It's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Dylan LeBeau, your race winner. And then we'll turn it over to Zach here in just a minute. He's going to catch up with Sean Fitzgerald, our second-place finisher.
And Sean Fitzgerald coming home with a runner-up finish, coming back from the broken axle in the heat race. Those last couple laps you were running dead even with the 88. Do you think maybe without the broken axle we could be in a different position here tonight?
No, I wouldn't want to take anything away from Dylan. He drove a great race, very consistent every lap. I looked to see if there was any opportunity. It just really didn't develop on its own. So, no, congratulations to him on his first win. I'm happy with what we did tonight. So.
Well, fantastic run for you and the team coming home in second, coming back with all the adversity you fought through. Is there anyone you want to thank for getting you out to the track week after week and getting this car as fast as it is?
Yeah, and you guys have heard me talk about this before. Number one fan, my wife. Thank you, Carrie. And then my crew, which is my boys, Hunter and Caleb, and my crew chief, Jarrett Corpy. Really just been an amazing growth with him. He did a great job spotting and keeping me focused in that race because it's really, you stay in the same place and doing the same thing, it's hard to keep your focus, and he did a great job keeping me there, so I appreciate him. And my cousin Jason Boyd came out a couple races ago, helped us tweak a little bit. I think he pushed us a little bit in the right direction that we were just missing, so thank you to him as well.
Well, fantastic run for you, Sean. Congratulations. We will turn it back on over to Ryan to talk to our third place finisher, driver of car number 66, Chase Simons.
Thank you very much, Zach. And tough break for Fallon. I mean, he drove a great race, doesn't normally come here, but that darn shoes box got in his way. So that opens the door for Chase Simons to salvage a little bit of something. Had that right rear tire went down. Was talking to the crew. Sounds like a valve stem leak or something went down. And had the lead until you didn't, but a good run in the maiden voyage for the new car.
Yeah, it was a great run for sure. I guess the Valsam just flew out of the rim, and we got it back up to 4th. Not too terrible, but I guess now it's 3rd. But it was a great run for what I had, and yeah, I'm just disappointed. I think I should be up there, but I'll get it next time.
I was going to say, I think if that tire would have held up, you had a whale of a race car today, but that's got to give you good confidence going into the rest of the year.
Yeah, we definitely got a good piece thanks to Ace Enterprises bought this car for me to race, and I wouldn't be here without him. And I'd like to thank all my other sponsors as well. G. Kelly Roofing, McMillan Creek Ranch, Hoover's Welding Fabrication, Knuckle Sandwich, SM Eagle Steel, Dave's Sand and Gravel, D-Berry Paint and Body. And just, if I forget anybody, just know I'm thankful for all the help. And my crew, my spotter, Brandon, just it takes a whole team to get out here. So,
Well, Chase, good run for you, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you a couple spots better here in the coming weeks.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chase Simons brings it home with a great third-place effort tonight. Good run there for the Sportsman. We're going to send it back up top to Zach if he's back up there, and get ready for the StevensmithIncorporated.com Bomber B main event 20-lapper going up next.
So lights are down on the Daytona Dodge American Auto pace car, driven by Mr. E.J. Wilcoxon, as he's getting ready to get down to pit road and turn these American-made 6 and 8 cylinder cars loose again. Lots of Crown Vics out here tonight, with the exception of the 28 and the 80, the remainder of the field on that Ford Crown Victoria platform. And they'll bring them all through the Goss restart zone here in just a moment and get ready to go green flag racing.
Here they come out of turn number 4, looking for the double greens. They've got them. StevensmithIncorporated.com Bomber Bees up to full song here down towards turn number 1.
And it's the 11 of Garano who's going to get the early jump to the lead. But here comes Zach Curtis now up on the outside, door-to-door with car number 11. Curtis going to get half a car length out in front. But Garano not letting him get away. A tap to the rear quarter panel, but it's Curtis who closes the door coming back to the front stretch.
Zach Curtis lost a race a couple of weeks ago to his buddy Chris Rummel, who's not in attendance here tonight. That's why Zach got to keep his starting spot after the heat race. We're so used to watching that car fly up from 15th spot to like 3rd on lap 3. He's got the lead here as we fly through. I think we're on lap 2. Did I miss a lap there, Zach?
No.
They're getting the scoreboard fixed here. I thought I was time traveling for a moment. Zach Curtis still your leader.
Big shakeup at the tail end of the field with Dustin Higdon and Wes Railings. They're side-by-side battling. Took a 3 wide and around goes the 28 of Justin Spears Jr. Everybody else able to thread the needle.
Oh, we still got him coming. Look out, 24. Look out, 100. Okay, the brakes work on that one. And Giant's just going to stop. We're going to take no chances over there, and that's all right. Justin Spears Jr. a little loose going around. Caution's out with 2 complete. We'll let you know if they let us know that they're walking. But we're getting ready to go back green flag racing here with 2 laps complete for the StevensmithIncorporated.com Bomber Bees. And once again, we need everybody away from the fence, please.
Field going to fire up through the cylinders in the Goss restart zone. Coming back to the green flag, the Bomber Bees with Zach Curtis at the front of the field. He's going to get a big jump after a great punch by the 10 of Sean Bailey. But it's the 11 not letting him get by on the inside. But Curtis clears him out of turn number 2. 1-2 car length lead as the rest of the field fights for position behind him.
Curtis away with the lead, battle for 3rd. Larry Masters, that patriotic red, white, blue 77, works the bottom on the Sean Bailey car. Nice orderly restart, as good of order as you're going to get out of the Bomber Bees anyway.
So the top 5, now call it top 7, single filed out. Closest battle on the track is for the 7th position between the 54 of Wes Railings and the 15 of Dustin Higdon. Now Tim Nicholas in the 23 in that mix. They've all caught up to the 1 machine of Alan Smith. He's not going to sound the sirens this time, but he's going to hold them off down the front straightaway.
Watching Dustin Higdon and Wes Railing come from the back of the field tonight's been pretty fun. They're taking the Zach Curtis route towards the front of the field. As Zach, whoa, look out, Sean Bailey bouncing it off the wall. A big save down the back straightaway. Not sure if he did bounce off the wall, but he definitely got her sideways. Wes Railing into the back of the Alan Smith car. Railing's Grain Machine going to the outside now, making passes down the main straightaway.
Well, don't look now, but the driver I've had my eyes on is the 15 of Dustin Higdon. Started at the tail end of the field. In just 2 to 3 laps, he's already made his way up to the 6th position. Into the wall goes Bailey again.
They're burning up that right rear. Nothing to lean on now. That car either very loose or the driver's just trying to get everything he can out of it. A little bit better on this end of the racetrack, though.
Scroverin in the 49 looking to capitalize on that position, but Bailey able to block him, so some handling left in that Crown Vic. But Dustin Higdon in the 15, as we just talked about, he's closing in on 49. Scroverin loose up to the top side. That'll let Higdon get the position on the bottom as they enter turn 3.
That is the fight for 5th. Give it to Higdon. No practice, no heat race for that 15 car. Fresh off from vacation, so I don't know if he's exactly fresh, but it's looking good. The 15 moving forward, but Zach Curtis, again, walking the dog on this field as he goes to lap the 100.
Curtis goes up on the top side of Cheyenne Woodman, putting that car a lap down. Zach Curtis sliding out of turn 4, as he typically does, and he's able to lead yet another lap. The rest of the field, single file through the final set of corners. No side-by-side action going on right now, but I do believe the 15 of Dustin Higdon and Jason Scroverin that last time by, I saw them tagging bumpers coming out of turn 2.
Jason not afraid to give it right back in that 49 car as he tries to hang on to 6th. Keep your eye on the gray 54 Wes Railing, winner just a couple of weeks ago. He's not been able to work his way up through the field quite as quick as he would like, but to the inside of Smith now for position down the main straightaway. I believe that'll be for 7th.
Getting his nose to the inside of the number 1 car for Smith. Zach Curtis going to come around to see the halfway flags this time by. 24 down on the inside. Don Brayton going to pull down to pit road. Halfway complete with the Bomber Bees, and a big shakeup in the middle of the field as everyone tries to avoid Cheyenne Woodley.
Now your point leader going to get boxed in here a little bit. Nope, fall in line behind the Smith number 1 car. Lot to watch here out of the Bomber Bees as we got action all over the place. And somehow, this one's half over as Zach Curtis comes by, and it'll be 11 laps complete this time for the 63. 9 to go.
Slow down the front straightaway for the 50 of Schaub off the pace. Curtis going to try to get around, and now side by side is our points leader, Tim Nicholas, with that 1 car, Alan Smith, once again, but he'll get around him this time by.
Wes Railing, 54, continuing to watch him. He goes to the outside of Scroverin for a spot. Big lead now for Zach Curtis. I mean, he's got a straightaway on Nico Garano, who's doing an outstanding job for a driver that doesn't normally run here.
Nico Garano and, of course, his teammate, Sean Bailey, in the 10. Ran up front in their heat race, but Bailey's had a lot of handling issues. Contact. Around goes Dustin Higdon, but he saves it and pulls back onto the racetrack.
How about that save down through the grass? Oh, we got trouble in turn 1. Cheyenne Wood, the 100. Looks to be a streak of fluid out of the back of that car. Not sure if there was contact or something there, but the 100 putting down some fluid in turn number 1. I want to keep that car down on the apron and not on the racing groove.
There's definitely fluid down there, Ryan. It's going all the way down through the groove of turn number 1.
We got the 28 coming down pit road at 128 mile an hour.
It's Justin Spears Jr.
So not sure, Zach. I was watching, of course, the 15 of Higdon go off-course racing. Not sure if the 100 had something come unglued under the hood or if it hit the wall and something happened, but if that car's still running, they're going to want to bring it into the pits and check it out for sure. Oh, look at that. We got our 12th Spectator racer. We got 12 now.
We did get a 12th Spectator racer. Makes it a lot easier.
Kinda. Spectator racing is some of the hardest stuff to call.
Because we got a big blind spot on the back straightaway. The pace car going to pull away here back to pit road. Halfway complete here with the StevensmithIncorporated.com Bomber B divisions halfway left to go. And as of right now, it's been the Zach Curtis show. We'll see if he can keep it on all night long as they go through the Goss Equipment restart zone back to the green flag.
Look at them fan out 3 wide. Look at the teammates pushing each other down into turn number 1. They got to gang up to try to beat the 63 of Curtis. When I keep telling these guys, you got to make your cars wider to not let him by. And tonight, I don't know if they can even stay with Curtis.
77, a Larry Masters almost into the wall in turn number 2. He's going to get sent way up topside in turns 3 and 4. It's the 54 of Railings that's going to get around him. The team cars, the 11 and 10, currently second and third, but Zach Curtis already starting to break away.
Side-by-side battle for fifth. That is Wes Railings. Gray number 54 has worked up into the top 5 for the first time tonight from the back of the pack. Team car is still running second and third. That might be the battle tonight, Zach, because I don't know if they're going to catch Zach.
Larry Masters trying to work up around Railings. The 77 car has been hot these last couple of laps. Keeps trying to make the pass on the outside. Can't get it to stick. But this time, maybe with the help of Jason Scrover, he can get around. But Masters loose once again out of the corner.
Well, the 50 car at the back of the field almost had a moment. Gathers it back up. In the battle now for fourth. Wes Railing is down on the inside of Jason Scrover. Got the 100 creeping out of the pits. With the leaders coming by, this could mix it up.
And they got the 5 to go signal that time from Tyler up in the flag stand. But Zach Curtis has checked out. 10 car length lead over Garano in the 11. But how about this battle right now between Railings and Scroverin for the 4th position. Scroverin going way up to the top side, trying to pull the crossover.
That car just walked up off the racetrack and opened the door for Wes Railing. Railing up to 4th out of the back of the pack. Still watching Higdon in that 15 car. He's got pressure from the point leader, Tim Nicholas.
And that 15 sliding way up on the top end. Able to keep it back under control. Scrover in the 49 looking loose. And
whoa!
And
Boy,
he saved it.
He wrecked halfway down the front straightaway and never brought out a caution flag. And here comes Dustin Higdon with a head of steam now.
Higdon jumping 3 cars that last time by. Scrover, Masters, and Nicholas now looking to get around Railings to try to claim that final podium spot, or the 4th spot, excuse me. I didn't see the 10 car there, but Zach Curtis coming to 2 laps to go.
Oh man, this one's too much fun. I think let's go 10 more. This is great stuff. Curtis with a big lead, but watching the Hornets nest in turn number 1 with Scroverin and Railing and Masters and Higdon in the point leader.
The 28 again going to come down the pit road. And Zach Curtis in the 63 coming to take the white flag. 1 lap to go.
1 to go, but nobody's watching him. They're watching the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th back here at the line. That's going to be fun to watch all the way to the wire. Zach Curtis again in command, doing what he does best. How about the team cars? Nico Garano and Sean Bailey, they're running 2nd and 3rd. Zach Curtis trying to dirt track that car off the corner. Little celebration down on the checkers. Curtis wins it. Garano is 2nd. Bailey going to take home 3rd.
And the fight for 4th going to go to Wes Railings at the line. Jason Scroverin in 5th. Higdon 6th. Masters 7th. Tim Nicholas 8th. Kenny Roth in 9th. And rounding out the top 10, Alan Smith in the number 1.
Nice drive tonight for the Stephen Smith Incorporated.com Bomber B division. As always, putting on a whale of a show. Domination out of Zach Curtis in car number 63. And our Zach's going to make his way trackside to grab a word with our winner in the Bougie Motorsports 63. Zach Curtis going to burn down the house for you. Into victory lane anyway.
And as he climbs out of the car, ladies and gentlemen, let's get a round of applause for the driver of car number 63, Palm Bay, Florida, Zachary Curtis. And Zach, every time I'm down here talking to you, it's a different car you're behind the wheel of, but coming back to New Smyrna, picking up yet another win. You didn't have to come from the back this time to do it, though.
I know, they made it too easy. I wish I had put a little bit more money up. We'd have tried to start in the back, but I said we've been fighting demons with this car. It's only a couple races old, but I was like, you know what? We're starting on the outside pole. I know Nico's fast, and he's getting better and better every week. So I was like, I'm going to be a sissy. I ain't taking the chance. I'm going to start on the front row.
Well, a fantastic win for you here tonight. Anybody you want to thank for getting you out here, getting this car ready, finally getting it to victory lane?
Yeah, I got to thank Stephen Smith Construction. Is that it? Yeah, we just got him on board. He sponsors the whole class, but I told him, I was like, we travel around a lot. So I said, we'll get you big on the door so when we go out of state and stuff. Frank and Holly with Bougie Motorsports, Billy with Inferno Performance, Curtis Land Management, my mom, my dad, my brother, my grandma, my wife at home. Hey, oh my, yeah. And of course all the fans. What'd you guys think about that?
And Zach Curtis, a fantastic win once again. Congratulations.
And we got to thank Andy, too, wherever he's at. Andy with Never Give Up Racing. He always puts up money or gift cards to there he is right there. Man, I appreciate him, everything he does for the class. He helps us out a ton. He's got T-shirts and stuff. If you guys want one, you should definitely get one from him. He's a stand-up guy. He's good people.
Well, fantastic win for. We will turn it back on over to Ryan, who will talk to Nico Garano, our runner-up finisher.
Thank you, Zach. And, well, Nico, you know Zach Curtis very tough to beat out here, but you guys made the long trip over and made the most of it. Congratulations on the second-place run.
Yeah, well, actually, he told me he wasn't going to show up today, so...
He likes to do that.
He gave me false hope there, but had a fast car all day and glad to be up here.
Must feel pretty good after the long trip to get over here. And I think last time you were here, things didn't go too well.
No, an injector went out last time we were here and then hit the wall in practice the next time I tried, but we're back here now.
Well, that definitely helps the wounds a little bit. Got a lot of sponsors on this machine. Who would you like to thank?
Florida Truck Salvage, 5-Star Demolition, Get It Fresh, Pressure Washing, Celebration Town Tavern, Giuseppe's Holy Cannoli, my mom, my grandpa, my brother, my grandma, and everyone at home watching.
And what do you think you need to do to be able to beat him?
I don't even know.
Just make sure he doesn't show up, right?
Wreck him.
Wreck him there. That's what I'm saying. You got to make the car wide. Good job, though, Nico.
Thank you.
Nico Garano, a great runner-up finish. We're going to do our 50-50 raffle. Let's go ahead and do that right now. We'll have Nico draw our 50-50. We got $333. If you want to get your 50-50 tickets out, we'll go ahead and take care of business right here with Nico. Zach's done this 153 million times. So, Nico, reach on in there. If you don't have any fans here, you're going to make one here tonight, I can guarantee you. And our winning 50-50 ticket here tonight, it's a purple one. We're looking for 296-447 for $333. 296-447 for the 50-50. Can we meet this young lady down here at the flag stand to pick up your winnings? Back over to Zach to talk to our third-place finisher.
And that would be Sean Bailey coming home in the third position. Saw you fighting that car a little bit on the back straightaway, almost got in the wall, loose a lot, but you came home, got a podium finish, and finished in the top three.
Yeah, I'm glad the race is over. I could have used a couple more laps. I thought I could have caught Nico maybe there at the end, but I'm glad it's over because me in turn two, I got it one time and I thought we were done, and luckily nobody ran in the back of me, and I applaud them. But yeah, it was a handful, but fun. First time up here in a while, so it was pretty good.
We were talking about that a little bit. Not a regular out here at New Smyrna, but anytime we could see you any more this year, or you think this is it for you here at New Smyrna?
No, we'll be back. I follow this kid around all the way, and hopefully one time I'll be able to get in front of him here shortly.
Anybody you want to thank tonight?
First and foremost, I want to thank my wife. She lets me do this every week, and my family, the Granos, they give me a car. Anything I need, they give it to me, and it showed tonight, and I just want to thank them.
Well, congratulations on the podium finish there, and that'll wrap it on up for this portion of the event, and we will turn it back on up topside to Ryan here to get going with Spectator Racing.
It'll be a standing start. They will watch Tyler up on the flag stand. Green will wave. They'll take off, and they're going to burn out before we even start. I can't even explain the rules, and it's already off the rails. First car back around moves on. Loser goes home. That's as simple as that. And you folks need to get loud and cheer for your favorite driver. Who wants the cop car? Who wants the Saturn? No, you guys are out of this world.
Of course, Travis Sukup behind the wheel of that one. Green flag in the air. And Sukup going to get a good jump at there. Of course, he's a regular here in our Bomber B division.
Well, Travis leaving a lot of bottom open there for the Saturn. We're going to have a good little race here in round number one.
And it's down the back straightaway, about a car length lead by Travis over the Saturn. The Crown Victoria police car going to head out of turns 3 and 4. A little bit of a wiggle there out of turn number 3, but Travis Sukup going to take home the win in round one of Spectator Racing.
Nathan just didn't want to get pulled over, I think.
That is once again Jacob in the Mustang and Steven in the Audi. Green flag is out, and it is an early jump to the lead by Steven.
The Audi's gone in turn number 1. The Mustang took off well, but wow, that Audi, look at him run in the middle of the racetrack. Watch this speed down the back straightaway. He's confident now, folks. We just wait till he gets right here. Brakes. A lot of brakes. A lot of brakes. Couldn't hold the momentum.
And out of turn number 4, it's going to be Stephen Rohr in the 2018 gray Audi who's going to keep his run alive. And unfortunately, that will send the 1989 Mustang driven by Jacob Shababy, I guess, home.
Tyler looks him over, making him wait. Stew in that heat down there. All right,
And
green flag. There we go.
Tyler waves the green, and it's an early jump out by the hoodless Honda, taking about a 3, 4, 5 car length lead going into the first set of corners, and he is not shrinking that lead anytime soon.
It is the hoodless Honda with the lead. As long as you make it through 3 and 4. But this is my favorite part about spectator racing. They get confidence in 1 and 2, and then turns 3 and 4 comes up, and sometimes they step on it a little bit.
But out of turn number 4, it looks like the hoodless Honda's coming home with it and moving on. Emmett Baker going to move on to round number 2.
Brandy versus Dan. Who wants that Yukon to win? Well, let's see what happens. The green is out before we can even get a chance to cheer the other guy on. All right, Camaro got the jump. But again, you still got to make it all the way back around. So let's see what happens here.
So it is Dan Resendez in the Camaro.
Look.
Oh, there we go.
Look at this.
Look at that.
The Yukon. Oh, we're at drag race. Oh, the Yukon's making it interesting. Look at this. Look at this.
We'll see what we can make out of turn number 4. But it looks like it's going to be Brandy Domrit in the Yukon coming across the start-finish line to move on.
Wow. I think something happened with the loud foot pedal on the Camaro. Whoa, Yukon, there's a turn still. You still got to turn. So excited that it just wanted to go right out to the parking lot.
Who here wants to see another Audi win?
12 people.
And who wants to see the Kia win? Everybody.
Everybody
Look
else.
at that.
All right, green is out. Uh-oh. Not a good start for the Kia there. As the little white Audi gets out of here. And they all hit the brakes. And look at this. We got a good little race here. Oh, look out. That got tight.
Near contact in turn number 1, now out of turn number 2.
Look at this race.
It's a drag race down the back straightaway. Kia versus Audi into turn 3. Nobody wants to give, but look at the Kia on the inside.
Got too high. Can we get the crossover move? Watch the crossover. Oh, look out. Oh, he's taunting him across the line. The Kia wins it by a nose. Oh, boy, that's race of the night right there.
That was fantastic.
Let's see what's going to happen next. Winner moves on to round 2, and then we're into that second round coming up next.
Green flag in the air. And Bill and the Mustang going to get a huge jump down the front straightaway.
Spinning the front tires, and it won't hook up. It's going to end up like Sean Fitzgerald and break an axle.
He's also got a hoodless car.
I guess that's the way to do spectator racing. Lose some weight.
I guess so.
All right, Bill Graff has the lead, but don't sleep on the neon. Dorico knows how to get around this place. Bill Graff better look out. Here comes the neon. Look at this. I love hearing the crowd get loud when they get close on the back straightaway. It's my favorite part of this.
Out of turn number 4. Bill still at the front. See if we can get the crossover here. We're going to try it as they get to the line, but it's...
Oh! I don't know.
I think that might have been the Dodge Neon on the outside.
I don't know. It's too close to call. Let's check the timing and score. Oh, wait, no transponders. The scorers weren't paying attention. Who thinks it was the Dodge? Who thinks it was the Mustang? Dodge wins if you ask me.
Dodge.
But it ain't up to me. So what do I matter? They're going to say it was the Dodge. There you go. Power of the people. Dorico moves on to the Dodge. Oh, we're going to handicap the field. Come on, Travis. Come on up. It's like pinks. I'll give you 6 bus links. All right, that's good, Travis. You're going to have to make that Crown Vic nice and wide. Maybe the lights will distract him.
And
Green flag.
Green.
Oh no, this is gonna be a big gravy situation. We almost caught Steven napping, but look at this. Oh, that thing's got some speed.
But Travis is still leading going through 1 and 2, and you got to wonder if he wins this spectator race in this car, you think he turns it into a Bomber B?
Zach Curtis will come by. Look at this for the lead. Stephen War is there. Travis Sukup's gonna have to make it extra wide. Okay, look
Let's
at
see
this.
if he can do it. Down
Where
through
does he
3
go?
and 4, up to the top side, but not able to
Got
get
him.
there at the line.
Another close race, but no doubt about it, Stephen Ward will move on.
Should we handicap the Honda? I heard one down there.
And that's why that guy's not in charge. All right, green is out. Heads up start. Oh, Yukon tried to turn down on him.
It didn't get there that time, but now we'll see what happens here. The Yukon running into turns 1 and 2, but Emmett in the Honda, he's driving away with it for now.
The hoodless Honda man out in front. All right, let's see what happens, though. If Emmett goes for a spin, it's wide open. Oh, he's looking good.
He's
That car's
looking
stuck
good.
to the ground. He's got it. Whoa, look out, look out, look out. Whoa, hang on. Whoa. Bouncing back and forth. Somebody won. Nobody cares because we're all watching this thing almost tip over. He's trying to roll it. Putting on a show, anyway. Well, he won the show, but he didn't win the race. Emmett will move on. Nobody saw him win.
No.
Not a soul watched the winner. The way the bracket worked out today, this will put somebody in the finals.
So we'll see when Tyler gives him the green flag.
Tyler's distracted right now.
And now he is maybe thinking about throwing the green flag.
He's making these guys stewing it down there. Again, winner's going to go to the finals. We'll determine
There we go.
the next semifinalist after this. So here we go. With that Kia
They're both gonna burn him out.
smoking the front tires. All right, who can peel out better? Who cares who gets back around? Who's doing the best front-wheel drive burnout? Kia, look at the outside. Look at the crossover here off 2.
Off of turn 2, the Kia's going to look up high, but he can't get around the Neon quite yet. He found
Wow.
another gear down
Yeah,
the
he
back
did.
straightaway. Look at that.
But the Kia does better in the corners. Here we go. Dorico on the bottom. Mike Dorico trying to hold off Ron Henderson, and we are side by side for a shot at the finals. Who's it going to be? Dorico.
gonna be Mike Dorico.
In the Dodge. Boy, that Neon, that thing's got something all the way to the finals. We'll see who he'll be up against. Tyler looking him over.
There's
Green
the
is in
green.
the air. Emmett gets on the loud pedal in the Honda. Oh, my goodness. That Audi is just screaming.
But I think the Honda he didn't miss a shift. He didn't get behind it all. We'll see what happens when they get to the backstretch. I think we're in for an insane drag race here, and the Audi's still looking for
man.
that.
Whoa!
He's going to pull down to the inside, side by side through 3 and 4.
Thought he was going to chop him there, Zach, but the Audi gets out front and will hold on to go to the finals. Stephen War will move on to the finals, go up against Mike Dorico. So here we go, folks. This is for all the money. And a chance of victory lane here. First one to make it back around is your Spectator race winner.
Green's in the air. And the Dodge going to have to go up through the gears here, and the Audi already almost halfway up to catching him. And he's going to look up to the top side, but the Neon's going to block in turn number 1.
He's up to speed now, but he's going to have to make it wide. Here comes the Audi. Stephen War getting it wound up on the high side, and he's gone down the back straightaway. Looks like Zach Curtis out there.
We'll see if the Dodge can get any corner speed
Whoa.
gapping, but up to the top side goes the Audi, but it's going to be Stephen War out of turn number 4, bringing the Audi S5 to victory lane here in the Spectator races, with a runner-up being Mike in the Dodge Neon. Stephen War pulling the Audi into victory lane. He survived every single stage of the knockout Spectator races to come home with the win, and he'll come home with all the money here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for your race winner, Stephen War, your champion of the July Family Fun Night edition of Spectator Racing here at the new Smyrna Speedway. Go on, grab a quick word with Stephen, and congratulations, my friend. You are the winner for all the money here tonight, and you've got a fast car out here.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Anybody you want to thank or give a shout out to here?
My wife and her friends that came to take videos, and New Smyrna Speedway for having such an awesome race.
Well, congratulations, Stephen. A fantastic win. He'll get a trophy presentation here, some photos from the legendary track photographer Jim Jones, and we will get ready to roll the Recon Mod Minis feature event here in just a minute. We'll throw it back up to Ryan topside.
We saw that with the super stocks a
We
week
did.
ago. We had some new super stocks that still need some work on them. Same case here with the Mod Minis, but Good turnout for the Recon Mod Minis. And again, thank you to Sun State Utilities, $100 each from myself and Zach. Gonna go to a lucky fan for sticking around and watching the Recon Mod Minis tonight.
So the pace car going to dive down to pit road, and the Recon Mod Minis headed through the Goss Equipment restart zone. Green flag is in the air, and the Mod Minis are turned loose on the high bank.
Who's going to get the jump in turn 1 and 2? Keep your eye on the black 14. Clint Foley out of the back of the field, already up to the 5th position on the outside. 3 wide now off to number 2.
It is Brad Blanton in the 17 who got the jump right away. Ernie Winton in the 95 now looking for second. Mark Brote throwing his name into that conversation. They're all trying to keep Clint Foley in the 14 at bay, keep him out of the top 5, but right now he's already getting around Mark Brote for 4th.
That 14 is quick. It's getting wound up high, wide, and handsome off to number 2 with 3 wide again. Is 710 Davis into the fence. We'll see if that car can continue. A little bounce off the fence. And didn't run the heat race, so maybe didn't know the limit of the car. He found it for sure. A little bit of concrete dust in that right rear tires. Brad Blanton leads.
Blanton leads by about 6 to 7 car lengths. The rest of the field now single file. Blanton at the front, the 73 of Moth in the 2nd position. Clint Foley, however, has moved his way all the way up to 3rd.
And he wants 2nd away from the 73 car. Foley is there. He's got that car wound right up. But Brad Blanton, the former track champion, out with the lead, trying to pull away. Here comes Foley for 2nd now, off of the 2nd corner.
Foley's trying to take the 2nd position away from Ben Hoff in car 73, but he couldn't make the pass that time around. He's going to try again in turn number 4, get door to door as they head down the front straightaway. That is 4 laps in the books, and Brad Blanton is the man to beat.
He don't want to look in his rearview mirror because Clint Foley is clear of traffic. He's going to try to bear down on Brad Blanton as we come to lap number 5 this time.
Clint Foley in car number 14 dominated the heat race. He's already gotten his way up to the 2nd position in just a very short amount of laps. The rest of the field slung out. Looks like the 17 able to, or the 710, excuse me, able to continue after that damage. But it's Brad Blanton now stretching his lead a little bit over the 14.
Brad Blanton, the former champion, knows his way around. We got problems in turn 3, the 95 way up high, and Glick almost spins it around in turn 4.
And that's Ernie Whitten in car number 95, one of the drivers who's a longtime member of this series. Very, very slow down the front straightaway, so early problems for Ernie Whitten in the 95. The rest of the field strung out in 3 groups of 2.
New 3rd place man, Randy Glick, up into the top 3 in the 27 car. That car's loose, but it is quick. And that's one of the cars out of the Walentynski stable. We saw their Sportsman have a good run. And now Glick trying to get up on the podium and try to keep it this time. Ernie Winton very slow, should be able to get to the pits, so we should stay green. But the 8 laps complete this time by for the 17 of Brad Blanton. Trouble, Mark Brote. Mark Brote in trouble. He hangs onto it, and for now he stayed green. He was sideways, a lot of smoke, and he came in leading the points, and it's going haywire tonight.
Brad Blanton getting backed up by James Stallnacher. That's going to let Clint Foley get to his rear bumper. So teammates pulling some strategy there, giving Brad Blanton a challenge for the lead. Foley now all the way up to his back bumper. They're going to head into turn number 1, but Brad Blanton able to hold the lead.
Yeah, Clint Foley, though, getting wound up again, and that 14 car caught a break. Brad Blanton caught the traffic, got held up. And now the other 14 all over his back bumper. Going to look to the inside here for the lead. Coming to halfway. New leader at the line, Clint Foley.
Clint Foley going to get the lead as they make it to the halfway point of the race, and now he is starting to set sail. 1, 2, 3 car length lead ahead of Brad Blanton. Alone in 3rd place is the 27 of Randy Glick. Ben Hoff in 4th, and the 710 of Brandon Davis has entered the top 5.
11 laps complete. Clint Foley in command of the lead. The other 14, James Stallnacher's debut in that car. He shuts down here on the main straightaway.
Dropping like flies here relatively early. We started with a field of 10, now almost down to 6 remaining It is Clint Foley in the 14 who leads with 8 laps to go. And Brad Blanton trying everything he can to get back around. But right now, Brian Clint Foley is 0.5 of a second faster than Brad Blanton.
They'll get by. The 14 car is going to bring it pit side. Brad Blanton, I don't know. He's going to need to dig deep if he's going to close back in for the race lead. As Clint Foley, who is really turning into the man of the beat this season, hasn't won all the races, so isn't really in the running for the points. But man, when he is here, he has been the guy to beat.
Foley going to take it through 3 and 4, an even bigger lead now over Brad Blanton out of turn number 4. Foley going to see another lap click on by. 14 complete, 6 laps to go. A side-by-side battle right now for the 4th position between the 710 and the 73.
Davis moves up to the 4th position there. Randy Glick still hanging on to 3rd. He's kind of lost in the conversation as that 27, but having a good run in his Mod Mini New Smyrna debut.
The 710 moves up to the 4th position after that early contact with the wall. Brandon Davis, Mark Broke still back there in the 6th position. We saw him really spin a couple of laps ago. It's going to be 4 to go this time when they get to the line. And it is Clint Foley in car 14 dominating yet another Recon Mod Mini race.
Laps clicking away in a hurry. We still got the E-Mods and Bushman Bomber race to come. Ben Hoff way up the track, handling going away on that car. The rookie, though, hanging on to the 5th position.
Ben Hoff in car 73 started on the outside pole back to the 5th position, but good luck, should be able to come out of here with a top 5 finish in his new Smyrna debut. But all eyes are on Clint Foley, who continues to grow that lead, which is now almost 10 car lengths, half a straightaway. And this next time by, he'll come to see the 2 laps to go. Signal from Tyler in the flag stand.
Just like that, 1 mile remains for Clint Foley out of the back of the field. See, we'll make a couple of more corners and we'll go back to victory lane as the rest of the field. Whoa, the 710 is big loose but hangs on there. I thought maybe we'd see the yellow for a moment there.
Able to save it. Clint Foley sighing in relief now. He's going to see the 1 lap to go. Signal the white flag in the air from Tyler. 1 more time around, half a mile for Clint Foley.
1 to go as Foley looks for another win here in 2026. Davis is still loose running the middle groove of the racetrack, and Foley is off turn 2 down the back straightaway for the final time. They're bringing into turn number 3 as Clint Foley looks to score the win here in the Recon Mod Minis. He'll come off corner number 4, and he'll get it done once again. Clint Foley, the winner. Brad Blanton comes home 2nd and takes over the point lead.
Randy Glick going to come around turn number 3. He'll come home with the 3rd position. Brandon Davis in the 710 going to come home in 4th. And in his new Smyrna debut, Ben Hoff in car 73 going to round out your top 5. Mark Broke in the 6th, going to finish in the 6th position.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he comes. Let's hear for Clint Foley, your race winner. Well, Clint, it's been a pretty good year for you, and you're able to get behind the wheel of this thing. You got it fast, you got it tuned up, and try to make it a little harder. We got a whole bunch of these things today, and you had to start last, but you got it done.
Yes, sir. It was exciting. I want to thank Tater Steinharker for letting me drive his car. Triple H Chassis for keeping it under me. We're a little free, but, I mean, the car was fast, so we took her to the front from the back.
And I guess the bad news is from all this, next time you come out, you'll start in the back again, but it seems to be no trouble for you.
No, sometimes that's the fun of it, to try to get through the field.
But you got to love seeing all these cars come out. 10 cars tonight. This division really starting to come back together.
Yep, I'm excited. I hope we keep gaining some more.
So do we, because we like to see the race cars, and we appreciate your efforts here. What's this, win 3 on the season?
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations. It's been a good year. Anybody else you want to thank?
Nope, that's it. That's all we got. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear for Clint Foley, your race winner. In car number, I guess it's 114 tonight. There's a little tiny 1 on there. Who wants to win a little bit of money? You do? You're disqualified, Tyler. I've been told, well, hang on, it's Mark Brote. Mark, I've been told winners only tonight, but hang on. Well, Mark's saying we got something else. Randy got 3rd. How about Randy Glick getting 3rd place in his first time out? We'll see what Mark's got here, and then we'll give away some money. All right, what do we got? What is this, Mark?
What's his name? What's his name?
Mark Broad. That's you.
No.
That's you, Mark.
No.
That says Mark Broad.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No, right here it is. There it is.
This is the real one?
Yeah.
Joe and Jen.
Joe and Jane, please come on down. Come down here and get your picture taken, will you, please? We got a little something for you.
Well, Mark, get him on down here. I got to run back up there. What was the names again?
Joe and Jane. Gene. Joe and Gene, come on down here.
Looks like he's got a gift card for you. Come see Mark Broad. He's got something for you, and I got something here for the fans. Get $100 from Sun State Utilities. Let's see who we're going to give that away to. I need somebody to get loud and crazy. Let's see, I go this way all the time. I'm going to go down this way. Let's see, who's going to stand out? Let's see here, $100 to you because you stood out and you stuck around. Are you having a good time tonight?
I'm having a blast.
And you can't go wrong with $100, right?
No way.
Well, thanks for coming. What's your name?
Bonnie,
And where are you from?
Daytona Beach.
From Daytona? Good. Well, now you got money to come back for the rest of the year.
Exactly.
Enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you.
All right, there's the first $100. Zach, if you can hear me, we'll send Zach out and he can go find somebody. I'll give him the microphone, though. So, Zach, get your money ready.
I'm going to ask everybody here on this side of the racetrack from the start-finish line down to turn one to make some noise. Who wants $100? I got a guy over here. I got a guy down here in the American flag stands towards turn one. I'm looking right at him right now. He's got a Governor's Cup shirt on. You right there, sir. Thanks for coming out to the races. What's your name, man?
Fluffy.
Where are you from?
Sanford, Florida.
Is this your first time at the track?
No, sir.
Well, now you've got money to come back all season long. Congratulations on behalf of Sun State Utilities. Sticking around here toward the end of Family Fun Night. Ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. We've got two more fantastic races for you here tonight. We've got the E-Mods for their feature event here, and then we'll round out the night with the Bomber-Rays and their 20-lap feature event. So do not go anywhere. We've got lots of racing action to finish out the night here at New Smyrna Speedway. We'll throw it back on up top side to Ryan.
Got some fluid on pit road to clean up, that's for sure.
Still get the speedy dry out, clean that up.
Big trail of it down the back straightaway. Don't like seeing that.
Not at all. Michael Mark headed to pit road. That means Michael Say and Dylan Sale will both move up one spot on the inside line.
And I did just get confirmation from the office the 50-50 has been claimed for the evening. So we did finally get that confirmation. 50-50 has been claimed, and we are ready to go racing with the E-Mods here. 25 laps. See who's going to go to victory lane. The Tomahawk on the inside. Young Max Wheeler on the outside. Just had a birthday, 16. We'll see what he can do on the outside as they come out of the Goss restart zone. No. Start.
Start going to get waved off there.
Tyler didn't even give him a lazy
No.
green. Tyler is not having it. So we'll try it again.
So that'll be, we'll retry that one a second time. Chase Simons, or not Chase Simons, he ran already tonight. Dalton Simons supposed to be the control car on that one.
And we'll try this one more time, and if they can't get it together, we'll put somebody else on the front row. We'll put you out there, Zach.
I don't know if I'd be any better.
Worth a try. Final warnings being given to this front row. They got to get it together this time by.
It looks like that 5 car has a for sale sign on the side of it.
Yeah, they've been trying to sell it all year, but Michael Say keeps giving a good run.
He does.
So I'm surprised nobody's bit yet.
If you want to go buy an E-Mod, well, there you go.
So now they get to pace themselves here.
They do.
EJ's like, I've ran enough. Oh, here comes the 53
Here comes
Michael Mark.
Looks like he's going to try to hurry.
Is he allowed to do that? Is he allowed to come back out? Normally we check that through. Michael Mark trying to come back out. They are going to check him before they send it, so he's going to miss the first lap here. Green flag is out. Max Wheeler takes away the lead. Wheeler to the front in turn 1.
Big jump by Max Wheeler now, side by side for second between Simons and Menninga. Here comes Carson May, however. He's moved into the 3rd position, now looking to benefit from the side-by-side battle for second, try to get his nose on the bottom and make it a 3-car battle for the runner-up spot.
Michael Mark waved through, so he's going to need a yellow flag. Tough luck for that team, but at least going to make it out and have a shot at something here as Dale Howard gets a little bit wide in turn 1 and 2. Wheeler continues to lead. Simon second. Look at Carson May all the way up to 3rd already.
Carson May up to the 3rd position, now looking to get around Dalton Simons, take the 2nd spot away. But Max Wheeler leading the field by 2 to 3 car lengths in his first season in the EMOD division. Comes from a family of modified racers, showing the way early here in the EMOD 25.
Another lap in the books this time by. Wheeler still leading, but I'm watching that 10 Carson May. That car looks very, very fast at this point.
Carson May in the 10 is closed the 2nd place gap to about a car length between himself and Dalton Simons in the 14. The gap now less than a car length as they enter turn number 3. May is going to go down to the bottom, try to get his nose underneath Dalton Simons. Just can't quite get there. He'll regroup, try again. The battle continues into turn number 1.
May in the 10, Simons in 14. A couple of next generation of superstars in the making.
And May down to the inside, Sparks out of the back of car number 10. He tried to get his nose down to the bottom. He couldn't get there. Now past the start-finish line into turn number 1. And Max Wheeler is just setting sail as these two continue to take the air off of each other. The lead now half a straightaway.
I think Simons is Wheeler's best friend at this point. If he can keep the 10 at bay, Max Wheeler might be able to stretch out enough of a lead here. There's 6 laps complete, 19 laps remaining. A long way to go.
And Carson May still trying to get that spot away, but right now the battle for 4th is picking up quite a bit between the 16 of Jonathan Menninga, and I believe that is the 12 of Dylan Sale, who has now gotten to the rear quarter panel trying to get around. Dylan Sale had some problems earlier on today, but right now that 12 car is looking fast.
Sale, they call him the critter. He's driving the biscuit, and he's to the inside of Jonathan Menninga for the 4th position. After Mechanical Gremlins have really kind of put his season in jeopardy, and then he had more problems in the heat race. He's making the most of it here in the main event.
Battle for second still continues to be between Simons and May. May still cannot get down to the bottom. I think a lot of drivers are avoiding it on the backstretch because of the speedy dry. But as of right now, it is still Dalton Simons holding on to that 2nd position.
Yeah, that's the good news. Much of what was put down on the racetrack was out of what you would call the racing groove. But if they get side by side and somebody gets pushed in there, you know those hot tires are going to grab that speedy dry, and it could get interesting in turn 3. For now, all Max Wheeler with 15 laps to go.
Young Max Wheeler leading the field. His rookie season in the EMODs last year, ran the Super Stocks, came home 3rd in the points in the battle for 2nd. Carson May looked down to the bottom that time, but right as they got to the speedy dry, pulled back in line behind the 14.
Good battle for the runner-up spot. That is the battle to watch at this point. No real change elsewhere on the Speedway. Michael Mark not been able to get that caution he needs. I'll tell you, the caution that Michael Mark needs is the caution that Max Wheeler does not want.
And as this battle for 2nd keeps heating up, it's starting to look like that caution may only be a matter of time as Dalton Simons still continues to try to hold off Carson May. However, it's Max Wheeler who now within the next couple laps.
Carson.
Oh, look at that.
Carson starting to drive the wheels off to number 10. We're coming to halfway, and I think Carson needs to get by this 14 in a hurry if he's going to have a shot at Wheeler. May goes high and almost catches the fence.
Tag the wall there a little bit. See if he can get that car back rolling again, back to catch up with the 14, but Max Wheeler probably loved seeing that out of his rearview mirror. He's driven off a little bit further.
Yeah, Carson, I think, starting to overdrive. You can feel the desperation starting to settle in here as the laps are clicking away in a hurry. Wheeler with a comfortable lead, but I'm telling you, that 10 gets some clean air, and we might have a race on our hands. Dalton Simons, though, that car looks pretty stuck. He's not allowing Carson May to get by, and that might be where Max Wheeler needs here, as May continues to try to get by. Wheeler leads another lap, 10 to go.
Heavy sparks out of the back of the Dylan Sale machine in turns 3 and 4, but right now he holds the 4th position. And Carson May, contact with the 14, slides all the way down to the bottom groove.
And he found that speedy drive back there as Michael Mark pulls off in the 53. Boy, almost had that caution. And now May's going to have to clean up the tires. He's going to have to regroup, settle back in, and it's all good news for Max Wheeler.
Max Wheeler searching for that first career win on the big track. He's got one. Second career win on the big track.
Max Wheeler had a great season at this point, and Zach will let that slide because you haven't been here all season, but Wheeler's got a really fast race car, and he's had a great year. I think one of the wins you saw he had taken away, but he's been able to get another one back. And in line to get another one here, Max Wheeler coming off the corner. Comes to lap number 18.
And it is the 10 of Carson May who is creeping back up on the rear bumper of the 14 of Dalton Simons. Took him a couple laps to regroup, but that challenge still continuing now. The gap less than half a car length. Carson May full head of steam into turn 3. Bumper to the back of the 14.
May getting very impatient now in car number 10. Laps are winding down, and that lead is getting bigger and bigger for Max Wheeler. Wheeler might come up on traffic here, and right now Dale Howard and Michael Say are side by side. Howard just went through the speedy dry. Howard, the yellow car, works the bottom. Michael Say's in the white number 5, and Max Wheeler closes in with 5 laps to go.
We'll see what happens if Wheeler catches up with these cars at the tail end of the lead lap, if that bunches him back up with the 10 and the 14, but May has got his nose on the inside of the Simons car. Sends Dalton Simons up to the top side, up to avoid the speedy dry they go, trying to get another challenge in turn number 3.
4 laps to go for Max Wheeler. He's got to be careful through this traffic. They are double wide in front of him. Wheeler is there. Where's he going to go? That is the question. He looks to the outside. Michael Say concedes position, and Wheeler going to fly by both of them here down the back straightaway off of corner number 4. 3 to go for Wheeler.
If he can get around these lap cars, put that space between the 14 and the 10, I think the 98's got it made. But that battle for second still continuing on, and it has not gotten any less vicious as Carson May using every inch of that race car that he can find to try to get around Dalton Simons.
2 to go this time by for Max Wheeler. They're still side by side with the traffic. Oh, Carson May hangs on to it again.
Carson May, a near miss there on the front straightaway, able to keep all 4 tires on the ground, able to keep it off of the wall. And through the speedy dry, everybody goes down the back straightaway, but this time by young Max Wheeler coming to the white flag. One more time around for the 98.
1 to go, and his mom stands up cheering her son on as the leaders get through the rest of this traffic. Max Wheeler's down the back straightaway. Battle's going to be for second. Wheeler on the home stretch now into turn number 3 and out of corner number 4. The youngster driving like a veteran. He'll bring it off turn number 4. Wheeler's going to win it. Max Wheeler wins second place at the line. Dalton Simons. May settles for third. Fourth will go to the Critter, Dylan Sale, and Jonathan Menninga to round out your top 5.
Let's get a round of applause for young Max Wheeler picking up the win here tonight on Family Fun Night in front of a packed house. Just days removed from his 16th birthday, and Max Wheeler, a veteran performance for the driver of car number 98. And he has another win in the column as we move on later into the season. Max, you took the green flag, you took to the front, you never looked back. You had a battle for second in your rearview mirror the entire time, but you drove it like a veteran and you brought it home. What a good late birthday present for you.
It sure is. I don't really even know what to say right now. I'd like to thank my sponsors, though. Wheelway Trailer Sales and Find a Way in-home care. I'd also like to give a big thanks to my grandpa. He's the one who can make this happen. He's the one, even when I'm not down there, he's trying to figure out what he can do to make it even faster.
Well, Max, a great performance for you. Moving on up to the modifieds, looking for the second half of the season, closing it out. You're looking to get a couple more wins before you end out the year?
Oh, definitely. We've just been trying to figure out what's been wrong with the car, trying to get it back to where it was, and I think we got tonight.
Well, congratulations on the win. Young Max Wheeler picking up a win here in the E-Mod division. We will turn it back on up top side because, ladies and gentlemen, we've got one more race for you here tonight. It's the Bushman Bomberets and their 20-lap feature event.
There's going to be some bad jokes up here for the rest of the night. Luckily, the cars are loud, and you probably won't hear them very much unless you watch it back on Speedway video. Sorry, Tom. You'll have to listen to us while you edit on the way home.
So the pace car going to drive down to pit road. EJ going to make one final left-hand turn into pit road here tonight. And it's going to be Michael Austin, the veteran, alongside Preston Abramski, the rookie, side by side, gumming to the green flag for the final feature of the night. It's the Bushman Bomberets and their 20-lap feature, taking the final green flag of the night. Up through the gears in the Goss restart zone they go. Green flag in the air.
And they scatter 2 and 3 line here down the straightaway. It looks pretty orderly, to be honest with you there, Zach, as they whoa, 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 whoa. Boy, they're getting torn up. Eddie Evans Sr. into the Triple X. And, boy, Eddie Jr. might have just won the money from beating Old Man there, but Eddie is still way back. I don't know what's going on, Zach. That was wild. Preston Abramski leads.
I don't know. I think the Triple X might have something's positively broken on that car. He's going to head down to pit road.
Something's not registering on the Triple X anymore. Devin Register.
So everybody's good that lap by. Abramski, Austin, Foy still the top 3. Now Larry Masters in the 76 is going to make a play on the top side to get around Aaron Foy, take the 3rd position away, and he's got it through turn number 3, but Foy going to dive to the bottom, and at the line that time, everybody's good.
Well, the top 5, top 6 all under a blanket. Now Terrell Wagenbaugh is having a good start in the 99. Eddie Evans Jr. sideways in front of Stephen Brown. They hang on to it. You got a couple of fast cars involved in that dust-up trying to get things sorted out in the back. Up front, it's Abramski and the Pontiac leading the Dodge of Mike Austin. And then it is the Chevrolet for Aaron Foy. Top 3 that time by, no problem.
Everybody staying in the 24-3, 24-4 range as Larry Masters has now put his name back into the top 3 battle. Here goes Aaron Foy to the inside of Mike Austin in the 5. Austin going to go up to the top side, but Preston Abramski going to continue to hit his marks. He'll lead this next lap and 3 wide for second at the line.
Abramski slowed way down coming out of turn number 4 to not break out, and that really bottlenecked the field a little bit. And as you see, he pulls back away as they go down the back straightaway again. Abramski, Foy in the 76. Larry Masters giving that car a heck of a run tonight.
Great run for Larry Masters in the 76. Austin shuffled back into the 4th position. Cartilage in 5th. Wagenbaugh 6th. And Eddie Evans Sr. and Jr. now backing up to each other.
Register comes back out in the Triple X, and the pace picking up a 24-2 that time for Aaron Foy as he wants the lead on the back straightaway.
He's going to go to the outside of Abramski, but Abramski going to go down to the inside when Foy hits the brakes, and it's door-to-door out of 3 and 4 for the lead. Larry Masters sitting back in 3rd watching it all. It'll be almost a dead heat at the line. Give it to Aaron Foy with a 24.1.
Oh, we got yellow. Somebody stopped on the back straightaway. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's the 3, Eddie Evans Sr. Going off-track excursion. Caution out with 6 complete.
So that'll move Eddie Jr., the Eagle, up in their little playful battle that they've got going on. And it looks like the 11's not too happy with the Triple X. He gave him the rear bumper there.
Stop at the end of pit road 3. Stop to 3. 3's being penalized for potentially bringing out the yellow, stopping on the racetrack.
And Eddie Evans Sr. going to get a penalty here as race controls determined he did stop intentionally to draw the yellow flag. So Eddie Evans going to get held in pit road here for a little bit.
A 2-lap penalty, that's likely to give Eddie Evans Jr. the win there for father versus son. So.
And Eddie Evans is driving backwards down pit road. And he is not happy.
He's very animated.
So we'll see what goes on here with the Eddie Evans car. He's getting out.
Oh, he's very mad. He is very mad at Tom from Speedway Video. That's what it is.
All right, one to go and choose. One
So
to
the
go
three
and
of Eddie
choose.
Evans going to be parked for the night. His day is done, so Eddie Evans Jr. will win the battle there.
So this next time by, looks like we'll be headed to the 1 to go here in a minute. And that'll be Abremski in the 4, who's at the front of this field. Foy in the 7 in second. And we are coming to the choose zone and 1 to go. Take a look at what's going on with that car.
14 laps to go here for the Bushman Bomber A's.
Pace car going to dive down the pit road, and the field's going to go up through the Goss restart zone. Green flag back in the air. 6 laps complete, 14 remain.
Abremski back with the race lead. Aaron Foy in that bright number 7 car on the outside. He'll have the momentum now. Abremski, though, going to keep that Pontiac nose out in front. Abremski, Foy, Masters, and here comes Brown out of the back of the field. The 88 up into the mix now with Mike Austin falling back to 5th.
The defending race winner, Stephen Brown, picked up the win last week. And that time by, everybody's good with timing. Everybody running 24 4s and 24 3s. But the battle for the lead, Aaron Foy starting to gain some ground.
Battle up front between the 7, last year's champion, and one of this year's top rookies, duking it out side by side for the lead. Oh, they're picking up the pace of 24-0 that time for Abremski in the 4. 24-0-9-1, pushing the limits here.
It's getting closer and closer to potentially breaking out. Big gaggle of cars here from 3rd on back. It's Masters in the 76, Evans Jr. in the 11, Brown in the 88, Austin in the 5, and Cartledge in the 16. A 5-car race for the 3rd position. And Abremski that time at 24.019.
Oh, getting even closer to 24 seconds here. Picking up the pace as we're coming to halfway this time by. Preston Abremski, Aaron Foy out in front.
Foy going to look up to the top side, try to make the pass for the lead as they head down the front straightaway. At the line, Abremski's going to get a nose out in front. No, it'll be Foy that gets a nose out in front that time.
Oh, we got one.
Larry Masters, the first driver to break out, 23.958. So halfway through the race, our first breakout, and it'll send Larry Masters, who'd been having a great run, to the back of the field behind the 99.
Now we go back behind the 16
The
for race
16.
control. We just heard that on the radio. And now he's good to go back in the race. Everybody's good that time by. 24-2 for Preston Abremski, 24-2 for Aaron Foy. The 7 and the 4 having a nice side-by-side battle. A little cat and mouse game up front, I believe.
It's a 2-car race for the lead right now, but how about Eddie the Eagle, Eddie Evans Jr., who's moved up to the 4th spot, knocking on the door of Stephen Brown to get 3rd at the line that time. Abremski was the driver in front, but he's okay, 24.190, and Abremski going to hold the lead.
Watching Larry Masters, 76, trying to claw his way back into the mix. He's back up to 6th. They have pretty much single filed out at this point. Preston Abremski still leading the way. At the line this time, we'll put the throttle, no problems. That time, Larry Masters 23.8 that time by in the 76 as he tries to get back up into the mix. For the lead, here's Aaron Foy again on the outside.
Foy to the outside on the back straightaway. They're going to head into turn number 3. Abremski's got the Pontiac, the kick out on the nose, really helping him here a little bit. He's going to keep the lead as they head through 3 and 4 at the stripe. It's Abremski again, 24.201.
Oh, Eddie Evans Jr.
Eddie Jr.
Boy, Stephen Brown gave him a shot across the line, and he couldn't back off the throttle, and Eddie Evans Jr. breaks out.
So he'll have to drop behind. I believe that'll be the 5 of Mike Austin. See what ends up happening here.
Oh, almost contact. Boy, the leaders, a 24-0 and a 24-1 for the top two as they go side by side once again.
24.102 for Aaron Foy, 24.092 for Abramski. So it'll be at the line again. Everybody's good. 24-1s all throughout. And Eddie Jr.
There it is, Eddie Evans again. They were trying to give him a little bit of a pass the last time because he got bumped, but this time he did it for sure. He'll get back behind the 5 and be back in the race. We're coming to 3 laps to go. Preston Obremski still out in front. Aaron Foy, though, going to lead that lap. Oh, man, they slowed down the pace, and Foy got out in front. Well, we got them all over each other in turn number 2. These two up front, though, magnetized together, racing each other and the stopwatch.
2 laps remaining for Preston Obremski. When they come to the line, it's been a chess match between himself and Aaron Foy the entire night long. That time by Obremski at 24.054.
Battle is on for the final spot on the podium as Eddie Evans Jr.'s worked back into the mix. Top 6, all the shot to win it with a lap and a half left. Obremski and Foy putting a masterclass on at the front of the pack. White flag going to fly this time.
One more time around, and it's Aaron Foy versus Preston Obremski. Stephen Brown now putting himself in the mix. Brown at 24.005 that last time by, but now he's under fire from Eddie Jr., and it's side by side for the lead with half a lap to go.
This is it. Who's going to make it back around one final time? Preston Obremski out in front. He's got control, but Aaron Foy is going to fight back here on the outside. Here they come. Drag race to the line. I don't know. Too close to call. It says Preston Obremski is your winner. Aaron Foy second. Stephen Brown in third. What a way to end it. They look like the spectator races with that photo finish. Obremski and Foy almost identical laps there, and Foy misses out. Margin of victory, 0.021 seconds. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, here he comes, getting the win in the Bomber race today. Preston Obremski in car number 4. I mean, the cream always rises to the top no matter what the rules are. All the top dogs up here getting the extra money here from Andy. Never give up an E&H Car Crush and put up some extra money. Preston's going over. Waiting on Aaron to get out of here. And a little sportsmanship shown amongst the top drivers here. Well, Preston, you and Aaron Foy, last year's champion, side by side pretty much the entire way, trying not to break out. You guys are judging the times. You got Aaron putting the pressure on. Aaron Foy coming over, showing the sportsmanship. That's what it's all about. And you won because I think you got the kick out on the nose there. Congratulations on a great run tonight.
Thank you, man. I can't appreciate it or thank my sponsors enough. Trailer Gearbox, Stacy Kelly, Realty, I can't say it right. BK Racing, the right choice. Alex Bernard to the hidden hand, all my friends, family, everyone out here. It's freaking tough going against this guy right here. He can drive. He can clean side by side, no problems at all, man. It's a blast to be able to come here and run this clean with someone and such a good driver on this level, man. It's phenomenal.
Now you see why he's moved up to the late models. And, you know, some people might know this, some people don't, but you do some other driving yourself. Tell everybody what you do when you're not running these bomber cars.
I run around all across the country, sometimes the state, SCCA circuit racing, so I'm turning left and right. So, yes, that probably does help me a little bit knowing momentum, especially from my SCCA. I come from a very low horsepower car and then move my way up. So it definitely helps a lot. But some of the drivers out here, like Aaron, I mean, he's a good freaking driver, so.
So with all that other racing you do, what drives you to come out here on a Saturday night to run bombers?
Friends, family, fun. It's fun to come out here and hang out with, like, I made Aaron as a friend. I made half these people out here as friends just from this, and that's all that's racing's about, is making friends, man.
And that's it, and we love having you be part of the show. Preston, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Preston Obremski, your race winner for the Bomber A's here tonight. We'll let him go over, get the pictures. We'll toss it over to Zach. It's the end of the night, so we get to do the rest of the interview. Zach, take it away.
Well, Aaron Foy coming home, second a guest appearance back in the Bombers once again, side by side, just a little bit. But was it good being back in a Bomber car again?
Yeah, it was a blast. I succeeded in my goal tonight, come out and have fun. So, Preston, we kind of chatted earlier this week if we can get the scenario going. We'll just run door to door the whole race, and we did. It was fun. That's all. I mean,
anyone you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, of course, my wife and kids, my dad. Tom with Speedway Video, Racing with Ryan podcast. Never forget Andy. Andy does so much behind the scenes for the Bomber Gang. He does so much for us. So shout out to Andy, the fans for sticking around, and congrats to Preston. He ran a heck of a race, and it had to have been an inch or two, but it is what it is.
Well, a fantastic run. Welcome back to the Bombers, Aaron Foy. We will head on over, talk to Stephen Brown, our third-place finisher.
Well, we're getting used to talking to this man up here on the podium. Couple of wins, doing well in the points, and another podium finish from having to start way out back. Good way to end the night for you.
Yeah, it was definitely a great one. These 3-4 guys up front are really tough to race, The only way I was able to get by this little guy is him breaking out. And then, a little bumping and grinding here and there, but it was a lot of fun. It always is.
Yeah, I think you gave him a shot across the line at one point that caused him to break out, and then he came back and did it again. But that's part of the competition. You got to race each other. You got to race the clock, and I don't know how you all do it because that seems like it's a lot to watch. I don't know how you guys do it behind the wheel.
Yeah, it is a lot. And then, try to be cautious of people, but try to stay in front of them. So you're trying to block them at the same time. You don't want nobody to wreck, but it just is what it is. It's a lot of fun, and I'm extremely grateful to be out here and race with all these guys and to be here and to talk to all y'all and hang out and have fun.
Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to give a big thank you to my Uncle Ernie. He lets me race his cars. Big thank you to Larry Masters, who works on it all the time. Huge thank you to you, Ryan, and Speedway Videos, and all of you staff that work here. All of you are amazing, and thank you so much for putting on such a great show for all of us.
Well, thanks for coming out and having a good time and a good run. Stephen Brown brings it home in third, and ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the end of the night. As always on Family Fun Night, they might be long, they might be grueling, but they're a heck of a lot of fun. We hope you guys all had fun, and we want to remind you, next weekend we're off. It is our off week for August. Big thank you to Andy down here, Never Give Up Racing. Off next weekend, and then we're back August the 8th for another round of Family Fun Night. Zach, you going to come back and have more fun?
Absolutely. I'll be back here the rest of the season, man. Looking forward to it.
And you guys should come back and see us too. $5 Family Fun Night again in 2 weeks. Thank you guys for sticking around to the very end. These Bombers appreciate you. We all appreciate it. Please drive home safe. Come back and see us again in 2 weeks. On behalf of Zach and everybody else here at the New Smyrna Speedway, my name is Ryan Stevens. We had fun watching the races with you. We'll see you on August the 8th for another round of Family Fun Night. Get home safe, everyone. Have a good night.